a swig because he had it in a flask. I hit that and was like, I regret every bad decision in my entire life. I could feel it. I could smell it. I could see it. You ever drank something and you automatically get like the inside of your brain, like the big crossbar, skull head? Don't do this. It looks like we're flying the Jolly Roger.
I actually know things.
And stuff.
Contrary to whatever the internet says.
Because, never listen to the internet, kids.
I occasionally listen to the internet. There are some things on there of value.
Really?
What happened to not interfering with the show?
I didn't even get my first drink for it. That's, ooh, boy, howdy.
Well, at least we could just take it from the top.
I can tell you right now, it's too smoky here, or it's been too smoky here. I know I'm going to cough. I know he's going to cough. And apparently, third is going to cough.
So, I mean, you're allowed to cough. You're on mic.
Yay.
Someone may pay good money for that. See?
You already know. Every fucking time I come here, I make some predilection of like, I'm going to semi-molest this microphone. And I don't know why.
You're not
I watch
alone.
your other shows and I'm like, it's been so long since I touched it inappropriately.
You're not alone. That mic gets more action than I do. That mic has definitely been in more performers' mouths than me.
Now I'm thinking I should have brought some of those condoms from karaoke last night, the mic condoms. I don't know if they
don't fit on this girthy boy. They don't make Mike Magnum condoms.
I got some of them in my purse.
Well, please don't put anything with lubricant on my mic. Please don't. Please.
I'm not going to put anything on your mic. I don't feel like paying for your shit so you can get an update. Fuck that.
I would just replace these. These are classic podcasting mic. This is the SM7B.
Is that like the Incel Deluxe or what? I have no idea what the fucking microphones is. I just know the mass majority of podcasters.
This is a microphone, yes. Yes, man. This is a microphone.
You can't take me nowhere, and you knew this before you let me come on here a third time.
I didn't take you anywhere. You showed up.
Mm-hmm. And you should know. This is me going somewhere. This is where I slept last night. Is
sure?
It, Matt?
Are you sure?
I don't know. That's the non-existent coughing guy in the corner.
The old camera?
He doesn't exist.
Oh, he exists.
With his cough. Give me a cheer so we can beat.
Cheers. The third time doing the show?
Brought my own tequila this time so it doesn't turn into like the second show. Ooh, boy. Things I regretted in the morning.
Why?
I don't know. Mixing 3 different types of tequila into one fucking glass until all the bottles are damn near empty, and then finding the bottle that I actually wanted because somebody forgot that they still had some. Yeah, let's just say my IBS was not the happiest IBS on the planet.
Go drink more. Flush it right out.
Wasn't time for a colonoscopy, but I just didn't want to hurl around in my bed and writhe in pain because it felt like leeches were going through me that next morning. I was like, oh.
Drink more.
Bad decisions.
Oh, you just got to drink more.
I'm not going to lie. I did put an Angry Orchard on top of it, thinking like the bubbles would help. And they really did. Like, I was surprised myself. I was reaching at straws, man.
Like bubbles will help. Sugar.
You know what it was? It was that feeling like I just needed one really good burp and like I'd be better. Like you're dying of cancer, but like one good burp and I'll be all right. Yeah, and then that one burp came out and I was like right as rain. I went to the gym. I got up and did some stuff.
You went to the gym after doing the show? That's impressive.
I've lost about 30, almost 40 pounds. Not righteously really trying, just doing stuff that I should have been doing like from the jump. But you hit your 40s and you're like, maybe I should do something about this now before I die. I don't want to die.
No, I just keep saying, it's okay. I'll be dead soon. That's been my mantra, like since hitting my 40s. Like, I'll be dead soon.
Oh my God.
Oh, high performer. You were born in the 2000s? That's cool. I'll be dead soon.
That's like the young man that I dressed up for Halloween at my 9 to 5. And I came as Storm from the X-Men because,
nice.
I cosplay.
Right.
And I won both contests. The people who worked there and the people who lived there, everybody voted and everybody was happy, but I wasn't allowed to have both because that wouldn't be fair.
No, the people that spoke. That's like saying, "Oh, hey, we can't have all these elected officials because it wouldn't be fair."
There. Yeah, but it was super funny because I was walking up to security to get like scanned and everything before I went past certain points. There's a younger guy there, and I thought he was like at least old enough to know about Storm, like the X-Men in general. I come walking in the door, everybody's like, dun, 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 dun. People singing in the background, being weird and goofy because they know I'm weird and goofy. And he's like, so who you supposed to be? I swear if I showed you the picture of me in this outfit, because I wore it to DomCon right there in the Mistress photo. I get dressed up every Halloween, whether we're there for Halloween or not. This is my Halloween experience in New Orleans. God damn it. And I got my feet up on my slaves, my client and my borrowing sub. Let's be very specific before they hear this and be like, I don't belong to that bitch. But
You could.
if they wanted to. I'm very big on consent. I don't force anyone to be with me, but like I ain't trying to be funny, but the girls are starting to look nicer as I'm losing the weight. So you might want to go ahead and hop on board.
Right. Get in now.
Get in now
before you're priced out.
While the property is cheap and before you get priced out and everybody wants to live there.
Gentrification is a coming.
Gentrification has already been here. Oh my gosh. I miss doing this. I love this fucking show. Like, have you not seen like all the fucking like loves I give? Like, I watch these continuously on my fucking YouTube. Like, you come through my feed like every time there's a new somebody on there, and I'm like, I'm not going to comment on this. I'm just going to like it. I'm not going to comment because I don't want to look like a stalker and be like,
you should comment. You should.
Okay, well, I'm going to start commenting on like everyone that I watch, like from beginning to end, because
it helps engagement. It brings more people to the party.
Okay, I'll give you some engagement. Be like, hey. You need to watch this. It's about to get ridiculous. I haven't watched it yet, but I already know.
It's true. There are very few episodes that don't get ridiculous on some level.
If they didn't, would it really be your show anymore?
Well, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
I need the most outrageous of outrageous stories like the one you told me after we were done with the show.
I don't even remember what story that was.
I can't tell you because I don't know if you wanted it to be known online.
Well, we get off air.
I'll remind you.
And I'll be like, oh, yeah, I probably told that one on air already, too.
Yeah, and I'll be like, damn, I missed out. Fuck.
We had a recent episode where the guest was talking about the different types of ways you lose your pinky to the Yakuza, so.
I lost both of these fingertips.
The Yakuza?
No, this one for my mother's funeral and this one on a meat slicer, an industrial meat slicer.
Okay. How do you lose your fingertips to your mother's funeral?
That's why my fingers are two different lengths.
Ah.
I went to go see my ex-fiance to let him know that my mom died. They were very close and he hadn't heard from her for a while and he called me and he was like, hey, I haven't heard from your mom. And I was like, yeah, she passed away. So I went over there to go talk to him and stuff because he was actually kind of sad about it. And he still had the shitty fucking furniture when we were engaged. Now, it's almost 20 years later. And that chair, I went to scoot up to the table. I just moved from college into my first real apartment and probably got like 16 roommates, but it's that glass top table with that thin pipe steel and it's hollow and you get the little chairs and it looks like a velvet painting at your grandma's house from the 70s on the backs and the bottoms. I went to scoot up in one of those chairs and the chair was not connected to the rest of the frame. And when I went to scoot, my finger went underneath the corner and right there on top of that pipe, it clicked it just like a hole punch. And my finger was flipped over like a Zippo lighter.
Oh.
And then got turned away from 2 emergency rooms because they were like, we can't handle this. Got to the 3rd emergency room in Oxford, Mississippi, and they were like, we can handle it. But I made the fucking, who was that? The security guard that was there. He like threw up when he saw my finger. Because it was just.
Shouldn't have put it in his mouth.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have put it in his face either. Because as soon as he seen it, he was like, hey, why are y'all going so fast coming in the door? It's an emergency room. We thought it might be an emergency. I don't know. Here's your sign. And
saliva definitely doesn't cauterize.
Yeah. And my fiance was like, look at her finger, man. And he like takes my hand and he unwraps my finger and he's like, does your finger do this? He grabs my wrist and my finger went like, and he was like, oh, and he threw up at my ex-fiance's feet. And then we just walked on past him and walked in and the nurse was like, well, he's thrown up, so I'm guessing it's pretty bad. I was like, it's my finger. They thought they were going to have to amputate it and they ended up not. I have what they call a tough break on both fingers. So it's before the first knuckle. This one, you can kind of see it. Oh, That was the one that went through the industrial meat slicer, so it was a lot cleaner, but like blood went all over the ceiling.
But if they'd taken it, you could have put attachments on.
Actually, saying something about that, because when they didn't have to amputate it, they were like, we're going to see if the blood connections will go back and everything. So we're just going to put some staples and some stitches in it. I screamed and hollered. My mom had already died. It was very traumatic. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go back home. And then they gave me, right before I left, they did not have like a finger brace to put me in. So they used the splint they use to prop your hand straight when you have a break across your actual hand, and they just bent it in half to make it thinner and fold it over on itself, so the foam was on the inside and the outside, and they put it up over the top of my finger in some Jurassic Park, World War Z kind of fucked up, this is all we got for medicine right now, and then they wrapped it up. So at my mother's funeral, I was standing there with this big gigantic foam finger reading at her eulogy, looking like I was saying my mom was number one before she died. Because I couldn't, because they stabilized these fingers to keep me from touching this finger. Then they stabilized this finger with the metal splint, and this thumb is just kind of, fucking doing what it want to.
Better to be number one than calling her a loser.
Yeah, it was. And then I was like, I miss my mom. Y'all all remember, like, if you haven't talked to your mom lately, just give her a fucking call, no matter how much you hate her guts or what she did. At least you can leave out this world knowing that you tried. And I got back, and my fingernail fell off. But the lady at the emergency room was like, we can't cut through your acrylic. Who did your nails? And I was like, oh, my lady back in Oklahoma. So that fingernail fell off, and there was a whole nother nail underneath it. But I was like, I'm not going to be the 9-fingered dominatrix at DomCon. Fuck that shit. So I went on, I think it was Wish, like when Wish really first got like really popular. And I ordered those fucking Lady Gaga fingertip nail thingies with the studs on them. And I was like, ain't nobody gonna see this busted motherfucker. But by the time it came around for the convention, the nail had fallen off. My fingernail had grown back out enough, and I did my own acrylic and fixed the nail. And then I just kind of kept a Band-Aid on it.
You want to be Mistress Mia 9 Fingers? Come on.
It's not nowhere near as cool as like Naruto, the Nine-Tailed Fox. So no, I didn't.
I think if you just sold it a little better. I'm just thinking all the accoutrements that like you could get attached that like you like get.
Was it supposed to be like L Driver? Like I get a really cool eye patch and I like change it out every once in a while. Or maybe the show Jay's got me watching the fucking newest version, but still pretty damn old, of The Tick, where Miss Lint is like popping out her eyeball, licking it and changing it for some weird ass fucking jigsaw shit.
Well, I was just thinking like, you get a quick release right here at the joint. And just press a button and put on a different, attachment.
Like I'd have my little T-Rex fingernail or my Velociraptor nail.
Or,
just for like when I go out on dark nights and I have to come back on a city bus.
Or some sort of.
Or maybe it has a stylus on the end of it so I can use my phone in the cold. The fuck, Matt?
Stylus, a little claw for scratching, subs.
I need training.
Maybe a cat of nine tails, like a little cat of nine tails. For the audio audience, look I'm getting right now.
I can't with you. It's too much drinking. It's too much fun. It's too much frivolity. And then you add something random as fuck out of nowhere, like, hey, if you did have to get that motherfucker taken off, Inspector Gadget attachments.
Oh, yeah.
Do it like Dr. Claw and like just get replaceable bits and pieces. The fuck, man?
I mean, if you had to go through that tragedy, why not?
I love you, but I worry about you sometimes, babe.
What's to worry about? My fingers are all here.
Your life ain't over yet. Same thing I thought when I was in my 20s and then again in my 30s.
I know. I keep waiting. Any minute now.
Not while I have stuff in my mouth. You're asking for slightly you already have all the plugs and wires up off of the floor so people don't trip. I remember that last time. Because apparently we can't look down, because for the folks in the audience who aren't seeing this, and even the ones in the audience who do see this, Matt's living single guy life. Everything is black. Just like his soul. Carpet's black. Blackout curtains black. All plugs, cables, wires, black. So when he sets his tech on the fucking floor, all of us who don't realize like there's probably a couple $100 to a couple $1,000s worth of shit underneath the fucking table fall and almost break our fucking necks. So he has moved everything onto the table, and I still found a way to trip over a fucking cord coming in. Not proud of myself in any way, shape, or form.
Just trying to mitigate it. Just trying to mitigate it.
You see how well that worked out for me.
Maybe.
Some of us just can't be helped, Matt. You have to realize that. Some of us are just meant to be wayward sheep.
Well, no, we just have to have your assistant like carry you in, or get multiple assistants. So, Cleopatra styles, like, what are those fucking things called? Where you have the 4 servants on you?
The palanquin.
Yeah. Why not? Be kind of hard to navigate.
Well, we got you, your semi-roommate, because it's cheaper to have them indoors. We got Jay. We need at least 1 1/4 more. So.
Oh, no, I'm the host of the show. I'm not doing that.
Oh.
Well, it's.
Boo.
I'm just
Boo
saying.
on you and your semi-elitist ass. What the fuck?
I'm just saying.
He's like, I am good enough to almost maybe pony a bottle of booze up my butt, but actually in my backpack. But I am absolutely too good to carry your fat ass on a palanquin, something I don't know how to spell and have never heard of before, except for knowing what it looks like.
I know. I've heard of them. I didn't know what it was called, but I've heard of them.
If you didn't know what it was called, then you saw one.
Yeah, I saw one. I know what it is then. That thing.
We're not going into semantics. This show has just started. I know I have at least another good hour to fill in for you of randomness. Ask me something about the past year. I dare ya.
You dare me?
I dare ya. Ask me something random about this past year of ongoing experience. When was the last time I was here?
Wait a minute. But what if I want to ask you about 1997 instead?
I can tell you about it. I don't know how interesting it's going to be.
I don't think that a 1997 that involves you would not be interesting.
1997, I was in high school. I went to prom with my cousin without knowing it was my cousin, and then I quit high school.
That's a good reason to quit high school.
Well, it wasn't because of that. It was because of racism. It was a completely different bucket of fish.
Cousin was racist?
No. Our principal was.
Yeah, it'd be really weird for your cousin to be...
He got mad because he got caught fighting a special ed teacher, and it was one of my family members who caught him, and then suddenly my family member lost his job for stealing after working at the school for over 20 years.
You shouldn't have asked to join in. That's rude.
From my dad's side of the family, I come from a very small Friday night lights kind of town. Like football and sports are really big. Education is in there somewhere. But if you can throw something, chunk something, slam something, get it into a hole of some sort, we might have an opportunity for you to leave. That's it. You said 97. What else happened in 97? That would have made me not quite 18 yet. Yeah, last year at school. By the way, the state of Mississippi held me back because I was too smart.
Sounds very Mississippi of it.
Yeah, I left Cleveland, Ohio, and I had been advanced to the 10th grade at a 9th grade age. And when I got to Mississippi, they didn't recognize any of my classes. They didn't recognize that I was taking AP. They didn't, no honors classes, none of that. So when they took off all the shit, they didn't know what the fuck it was. It just left me with like enough to say like, she probably might need to be in special ed. I was like, what?
It's Mississippi. I'm surprised they just didn't be like, here's your degree. Please stop bothering us, Yankee.
No, but I did have my high school principal, once again, more reasons why I left high school. I was called into the office because I had condoms hanging off my keychain after they finally had to fold. The state of Mississippi had to fold for sex education and stuff through high school because our birth rates were ridiculous and so were our STD rates. And the state stepped in and was like, hey, I know y'all about Jesus, but we got to kind of put a cap on this. So they gave us condoms and they had our assistant coach of football teach the class. Might I add, this man was a full-blown crackhead. And I don't mean like, oh, he was doing drugs. No, he did crack. He was smoking rocks while being a very good assistant coach.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he was very energized, running up and down the field, throwing plays.
I'm not going to name anybody by name, but if you see me on this, because I do send links for this to my family members that are like, oh, what ridiculousness have you gotten into now? Or when I post stuff on my Facebook and like, hey, here's me talking about y'all again. What's up, cousins? We talked a little bit about y'all, and they'll like tune in for the whole fucking show. So I know that you've gotten some like views, maybe not likes, but definitely some views off of my family.
Why no likes? Why no likes?
Probably because of the shit I said about him while I was in here. I'm very honest like that. And I know some people really genuinely hate that about me, but like, welcome to my OCD.
Well, guess what?
Truthful Tourette's.
The likes are for me, not for Mia. The likes are for me. What did I do? I didn't do anything to
You're
y'all.
associating with my angry ass. That's what you did. Shame on you. Shame on you, random white man that we don't know from all the way down here in Mississippi. We're going to not support you in a way that's actually supportive, but we are going to be nosy with our cousin to find out if she said cousins, which one she was talking about specifically.
Did your cousin at least get you a corsage for prom?
No. My cousin was and still is, as far as I know. He's still alive. I don't know. He started doing fucking crack too. Crack was really bad back then. It was the 90s. It was Mississippi.
Not much else to do.
Not really.
Especially if you couldn't play football. Like,
yeah.
It's like, play football, smoke crack.
Well, that was my fault. I picked a guy. Okay. We're going to back up just a little bit because I know your fan base might actually enjoy this. So and I do mean gentlemen, I was 16, not quite 17 when I went to this prom, and he was 26. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, but I don't know about anybody else out there in TB land. You hear that big heart?
I just had a mouthful of whiskey. I was just swallowing.
Yeah, but it wasn't one of those. I didn't know he was my cousin until years after we went to prom together.
The 10-year age gap might also been a little problematic.
You know what? Not really, because he had just got out of San Quentin for a murder charge, and then he ran while going to see his mother while she had cancer and just never came back.
Oh, so...
Yeah, I know.
You're just like, oh, he hasn't gotten any in a while.
But and that was exactly it. He was dumb as a fucking brick. He was dope boy fresh, and somebody tried to break into his house and kick him for his dope, and he shot him in the face with a sawed-off and caught that charge and went to San Quentin, and they held him, and he was supposed to got 25, but then they found out his mom had cancer. She was back in Mississippi. His sister found a decent lawyer and was able to get him a little bit of amnesty to be able to go back for what they thought was going to be the funeral, and then she made a full fucking recovery out of nowhere. We all thought she was going to die because I knew his mom. His mom used to be married to my great uncle's son, so one of my cousins, because we too damn tight, and it's like a Targaryen field fuckfest down there. But either way, I found out he was my cousin when his grandmother died, and I didn't know his grandmother was my, fifth cousin. I knew her son and daughter. She had a set of twins that were albinos, and I did not know that the son was his grandfather. So it was his great grandmother that passed away. And when we had her funeral, I went to the funeral with my mom, and I was like, oh, this is so sad. Cousin so-and-so died. She was really nice. She used to give us cookies when I was little kids and stuff like that, popsicles. She was the candy lady for a while before she got in poor health, and went up to go view her in the funeral in the line. And I noticed while I'm in the procession that he is sitting like really close to the front pew. And at Black funerals, especially at Baptist funerals, that means you family. And I'm like, the fuck? I was like, hey. And I go up there, say my last words. They go ahead, close the coffin. A couple people behind us. We sit down, go through the whole fucking funeral. My cousin, I found out also his cousin, was like, yeah, you didn't know? I thought you knew. I'm from Cleveland, y'all. I didn't know. And now I know why my grandmother, my dad's mom, used to be like, you meet a new boy, you bring him by the house. I need to meet him. And I always thought it was like grandma just gonna be mean and be a bitch and be angry with the motherfuckers. No, she wanted to see who your people is to find out if maybe they fuck with our people. Because my grandmother had 17 fucking children. 11 of them lived. My father just passed away during COVID back in 2020. And yeah, damn near none of my grandmother's children were sired by the men that they were supposed to be sired by. Like my dad's dad and his younger brother right behind him were the only ones who had the dad who knew he was the dad. Everybody else was like maybe. And then as the kids got older, you would notice stuff with their face, and they don't look like the side of the family they're supposed to be from the side of the family. Like we have very predominant traits in the county and the side of the state that I live in, and you can tell some families just by looking at their face, like, oh, you're a this and this, or you're a that. And let's just say my grandma had a couple iffy babies. And when my dad passed, and then my uncle passed literally days before he did, and my uncle passed, my other uncle, their other half brother, passed away like the beginning of that week. It was like a slippery fucking slope of everybody's gone, and then my aunt was gone, and it seemed like everybody died, and everybody was like, oh yeah, did you know your such and such was a whore? Did did you know that your auntie's dad is really this guy that was supposed to be your other auntie's dad? But stuff happens. And you're like, God damn. It's just like, and I thought that was just going to be like my dad's country ass people. They're down in Mississippi. Like, we're thinking slack jawed yokels. But then you have my mom's side of the family, and she comes from people who are well educated. They're coming from like the Great Northern Migration. They went and got their educations. They went off to the army, other military forces, came back, had homes, all this shit. Found out from my uncle, since the last time I did the show with you, that my grandmother's baby sister, my favorite great auntie, Lil, apparently came out here to California and robbed a bank with a motherfucker and was the getaway driver and did 8 years. And my uncle was like, I remember when me and your mom were kids, because he was like maybe between 7 and 9. My mom would have been an early teenager, like a tween. And yeah, he was like, Aunt Lil just disappeared for like 8 years. And Granny and Granddad told us that, like, or Mom and Dad for him, told us that, like, she went on a vacation. She met a man, they were together, and she was living in California now. Now, if we had known that man was like DOC, I probably would have thought something different of my great auntie. But as far as I was concerned, it was her and Uncle Walter, and that was like the lady who gave me Philadelphia breadsticks and butter.
You can obviously be both.
Apparently.
Obviously, she only did 8 years. No one died in the robbery. It's fine. That money's insured.
She also used to date Don King, I found out.
Well.
And I was like, is there anything else y'all want to tell me? Like, my Uncle Ronnie, who lives here in California, that I do not associate with for completely different reasons. I found, like, I remember thinking as a kid, even as like a little one, that Uncle Ronnie is probably gay. I've never seen him with a woman. He's never brought a lady home. Uncle Greggy was bashing through bitches. Like, he always had somebody new with him at home for Christmas when I was a kid. Like, hey, remember your auntie? No, I only remember you being married to one lady, so I don't know who this lady is. There was a couple ladies. But he was like, oh yeah, your Uncle Ronnie, he's a whore. Me and him almost got into a fist fight. He was fucking the woman who is the daughter of the guy who owned the mass majority of the property that makes Los Angeles for a while in the late 80s, early 90s. And then he said, yeah, me and one of my best friends almost weren't best friends anymore because your Uncle Ronnie fucked his wife. Uncle Ronnie. You know that dude looked like Malcolm X, but with a fro and thick ass glasses. Uncle Ronnie. And he was like, yeah, your Uncle Ronnie had that dog in him. And I was like, and until he showed me pictures of like him being sloppy at like stuff they went to after my uncle came back from Nam, I would have never believed it. So it's like the older I get, people just keep telling me more. Like, I remember being little and my mom like hanging out with guys that I just thought had really cool motorcycles. Come to find out, my mom used to be in a motorcycle gang.
These things happen. It's like all these people had lives before you came into them.
Yeah, and I'm like, who the fuck told you got to do that?
Right?
Nobody told me nothing. I just sounded like an angry old lady. And now me and that same uncle, because it's him and my Uncle Ronnie left, my mother and their baby sister has passed since then. May they both rest in peace. I miss y'all. But me and my Uncle Gregory have grown this new respect with each other because of our hate of Tesla trucks. Like last year, I think I told you about this on the last one, like he had went sideways on me, like aliens and some more shit. And I was like, well, he is getting into his mid-late 70s. Like, it's to be expected. Mom was kind of the same way when she got towards that age. This year, he's just like, I hate politics and fucking cyber trucks. And I was like, I'm not going to get into the politics with you, but I fucking hate cyber trucks too. Let's do a thing. And then this motherfucker made the longest name Facebook group for the hatred of Cybertrucks. So now it's just me and him getting along better, sending back pictures of Cybertrucks that we hate, that we see in real life. Like, I took a picture of a Cybertruck parked in front of an Olive Garden in Oklahoma. And he was like, the fuck? And I was like, yeah, I know, right? $140,000 to $160,000 worth of fucking, I don't know, nice way I could say it, Laura Croft's titties in the 90s as a truck. You could say it looked like a warthog, but a warthog actually had a function. And it was also waterproof. I don't know about anybody else, but I went through a lot of water when I was playing Halo back in the day in college. And I never had it say, hey, you got an electrical problem now.
Master Chief ain't waterproof either.
Yeah, red and blue were like, man, fuck this. We're just gonna walk. That right there, folks, if you did not get that red and blue reference, I know that you were born in the early 2000s. Just make me feel old.
Right? You just reminded me I'm going to be dead soon.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm going for. I'm going to be, see, told you. I'm going to be dead soon. And everybody's coughing around me. Second coming of COVID. Here we go, folks. 2025. Keep it live. Keep it classy, San Diego.
It's all rerun. It's all just a rerun.
This is the worst rerun that I never asked to be brought back to syndication. Fuck you.
Sometimes you get things you don't ask for.
I almost always get for things that I don't ask for. I'm really kind of over this subscription series. I'm kind of done with it. Here, how about I give y'all another $68.72 and we just charge it to the game and we start 2026. I haven't even memorized yet to write 2025 yet. We're still good. I got at least another 3 months left of writing 2024 on everything.
Yeah.
So before I learn anything new, just switch this motherfucker over.
I'm happy that you already decided to show me what it was. Like, no sugarcoating that shit. It wasn't like, oh yeah, this is gonna be my year. Oh yeah, no. It's like,
Bruh.
I got sick on New Year's Day. Like I came down with a cold on New Year's Day. I'm like, okay,
this is how we're gonna go.
This is how we're gonna go.
This is how you talk to your father.
Yep.
Yeah, this is how this is going.
And it's just like, oh well, we get some random terrorism week 1. Week 2, we get some fires in LA. Like, had to
don't forget. Oh my God, why was I sitting at X3? I did like 5 or 6 videos. Said I was gonna do a quick comp on CapCut. And then woke up that next morning to go finish the edit. And they're like, TikTok's back. Thank you, Mr. Trump. But CapCut's gone. Where am I supposed to make my smut at a decent price now?
Have to cut it yourself.
I don't have those kind of skills. That's why they provide those kind of apps for bitches like me, Matt. For hoes like me that just don't want to pay attention. Like, I'm just done.
Could just pay.
You know what I remember? Like I remember accounting. I can do my own taxes. I can't make my own videos. I think one is worth a little bit more than the other.
No.
It is for me.
No.
It is
me. The videos are what make the money. You don't need to account shit if you ain't getting paid for the videos.
But don't forget, you single. I'm married. So I'm accounting for 2.
Oh.
And things like house mortgage payments and how much insurance did we kick over and other insurance we kicked over and car insurance. Because I'm trying to get all of me back.
Well, no, for sure.
Every time. Y'all tell me I can write it off, I'm going to write it off. That's what I was just about to say. I am an SBA kid. Motherfucker, show me how I don't have to pay all of this back. Like last year wasn't horrible. It was like $42.50-ish that I paid back in. So like not horrible, but I'm really not looking forward to this year.
Speaking of Tesla bullshit and taxes.
Oh no.
Because I do own a Tesla.
I know. But see, you have a Tesla car.
Yes.
I can live with I can live with a Tesla SUV. Hell, I even fucking faked it so I could be like, I'm this amazing dominatrix. I just want to really touch your shit. And they gave me one, but they didn't have that because it was COVID. They were out of chips, so they gave me that fucking egg-shaped motherfucker. And I was like, I don't even want to drive this. And then it just tried to drive us into traffic. So I was like, everything that everybody else thinks makes this car cool is what I actually hate.
But the federal government's all like, oh, you get a $7,500 tax credit.
You used to.
No. I was technically eligible for the $7,500 tax.
Oh, neat.
The problem is you have to make a lot of money to be eligible for that $7,500.
Which makes no sense. Shouldn't it be like the less money you make, but I still bought this car trying to help your fucking environment because y'all said, hey, but the environment though, climate change. So I bought this electric box of fucking chips that's going to stay on fire and help these fucking fires keep going. And you're like, it's no mucho more for you. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no. I'm like,
no.
I do my tax. I'm like, it's like you're not eligible for any of it. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'm self-employed and small business. I take $25,000 out of line items of expenses to see what I do. Like, oh, you're now eligible for $1,500 of the credit, but you now owe an additional $5,000 because you took that $25,000.
When I was looking at the code last year, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Because like, if it's anything that I don't understand, I'll run it past my CPA. I whip his ass enough for him to be like, hey, take a second look at this. I just want to make sure I got all the numbers where they're supposed to be at. I don't want to be having a girl math day randomly. And my CPA was like, everything looks good. And I was like, I was thinking about maybe getting an electric car, maybe. Shut up. Just humor me. I wanted that money.
Well,
I
yeah.
wanted that off so I wouldn't have to pay so much. And if anything, because with me and my husband filing jointly, I'm like, I love you, but I don't want to pay for you like that. I know that sounds horrible, TV land. I'm sorry. I am a horrible whore. I am. Like, y'all wouldn't be watching me right now on camera if I wasn't. He would not invite me to this fucking show if there wasn't something wrong with me, because y'all don't want regular thought-provoking content. Y'all want this shit. So I'm
They want regular thought-provoking content. What are you talking about?
Are we talking about thought-provoking content? What the young lady was talking about, how she numbs out her throat before she does blowjobs?
Yes.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yes. It's something you have to think about.
Oh, Lord. As this bottle gets lower, so are the days of our lives.
Indeed. But yeah.
Just going to turn it into so much canters.
Awesome. Bought the car partially on the, oh, hey, I'll get $7,500 back on my taxes. I may owe the IRS some money already. So it's like, if we could erase that, we're cool.
Mm-hmm. Like, I send you this little bit, and like, y'all already know y'all got me for the 75. Like, go ahead, that's fine. No, we're not doing that this year.
No.
We're mad at Tesla. But you said get the.
Oh no, but I bought it in a year where the credit was still valid. But they're just
what happened to my no? We're just not going to honor that.
Nope, you just don't make enough money.
Which is basically a really nice way of saying like we're not going to honor that. Like I do not condone violence, but I will say that I find it hilarious. And when you have moments like this, when you look at your actual government and they're basically saying, sorry, you're fucked.
Sorry, poor. Why'd you buy a nice car?
Sorry, like, why did... I can't remember that fucking congressman's name where he was basically saying, if you're like a welfare mom, you don't deserve an iPhone. You don't deserve a phone.
Things in the modern world without a phone.
Yeah, you can do modern things in the modern world without a fucking modern phone. My delightful publicist has a... What is your phone? 5, 6, 7? 13. I have a 12 Pro. Someone, if I'm not well dressed or presenting myself like y'all are seeing me right now or hearing me right now, is going to be like, that bitch don't deserve that fucking phone. Why the fuck do you have a nice phone? That phone could record a movie. Someone almost won an Oscar 5 or 6 years ago with that phone. We on the 16 and you complaining about this 12 Pro. Just because I don't look the part. I am so poor and or homeless or lost or just escaped from a home of some sort looking that I should not have nice things.
Well, that's how you end up on the show.
Yeah.
That's how you end up here.
Thank you for reminding me of that, America. I appreciate that because I love being reminded every day that I'm not a fucking enough. Dead ass. Just tell me like, this is, you know what this is? This is the equivalency of like every bad relationship I've been in. You're enough, but not enough. Like you're just like when I found out last year, I actually have ADHD. I went and did all my testing. I paid for it myself along with my kick-ass insurance that I pay for.
Why would you pay for something you already knew?
Because you know what? I wanted the fucking paperwork to say, like, here is your proof, bitch. No more you just thinking in your head something is wrong. Here is your paperwork. And I wanted to actually work on my problems and, like, maybe be a little bit better before I kick the fucking bucket.
Why?
I don't know. I've gotten this weird Jones into myself that I want to be a better person. Yeah, go fig.
Yeah, but why is medicating ADHD making you a better person?
You know what? Since I got on my medication, like things have been a lot clearer. I pay a lot better attention to things, which before, like me and my fucking squirrel brain, like everybody's like, oh my, like with my catering, everybody's like, oh my God, I couldn't cook all of that food. I really don't. I start on one thing and I'm like, oh, I can't do anything else. Might as well go to the next thing. And I can't do anything else and go to the next thing. Oh yeah, I made it back before something caught on fire.
Perfect.
Now, adding medication, it's like, oh, remember, go back to the thing before you remember you didn't let it set on fire. The time and effort saved of me having anxious moments of I destroy something as well. You can't because he ain't on the mic. But if Jay could talk right now, he will tell you he has found me crying inside of a closet, banging my head on the wall because I couldn't get gumbo done because I blew a fucking socket, literally, not figuratively.
Well, that's justifiable. That's really sad.
It's justifiable, but when you have a brain that's neurodivergent as fuck and your brain doesn't understand like, hey, there's room for you to fuck up. everybody else can fuck up. My brain is like, no, you can't fuck up. That's like when we had the conversation about like all the shit we didn't appreciate about AVN when we met each other. And it was basically the same fucking shit. And I was like, okay, I found someone like me. Maybe that's why this is the third time on this show, because I have someone who I can talk to who doesn't look at me like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, I am now that you're medicated.
Hey, well,
I'm fucking with you.
But
like you're trying to prove yourself? Fuck that shit. Fuck that.
How dare you try to be
stay in the gutter with the rest of us.
You keep me company, goddammit. What the fuck? Who told you get to leave?
It was cold down here by myself.
We were all lumped in with the crab meat together. How dare you get out of the blender before Kanye cut that motherfucker on? More if you don't know, you don't know. It's not even if you know, you know. Now it's like I'm over 40 and it's like, does anybody even fucking care anymore? Somebody said on one of my interviews that I did with you that I am extremely animated. The interview I did with Horrible Decisions during ABN last year, my wig started peeling off because I had been out on the showroom floor all day and I didn't pay any fucking attention. So I'm going back through YouTube and I'm looking at the comments and somebody was like, why didn't nobody tell that woman her wig was going off? And my neurodivergent ass was like, hey, it been a long day, bud. It was a long day. I was hot. I was tired. Nobody cared. I had done 8 hours on the showroom floor from open to close.
Fuck that.
And then I was there with the layer. Like, I know a lot of people will be like, why would you put so much time into something you're not making money off of? And I know this is going to sound corny as fuck. But I remember when I first started in the industry and it wasn't nobody that looked like me. Like, nobody. And the people who did kind of look like me didn't want help because they was worried about their money. So I decided like I was absolutely going to be the complete opposite of that. And if it means I got to show up for these shows, if I got to get fussed at by people, because when we went to X3, we were there first. We were the third and fourth people to show up. The email said no later than 1:30. So inside of my professional brain, that means I need to be there by at least 12 o'clock because I'm not going dressed. I'm going to go in here looking like the homeless and I'm going to come out looking like the shit. Makeup, full hair, fucking short-ass dress, tight-ass corset, titties up to this motherfucker. Because that's how I do. I don't have to come in and impress anybody. My bills are paid.
Hell, you show up for this 25 minutes early.
Yeah. I showed up for this 25 minutes early because I don't ever want to make somebody wait on me. It's the fucking West Indian in me. My dad would fucking haunt me for the rest of my life. And he's like, when the fuck you start showing up late for shit?
I mean, wouldn't that be a good way to see him again, though?
No, not really. I just rather he be on the, inside of the shrine.
Fair enough.
He's underneath the television set. He always wanted them big ass, flat ass television sets. So now he's up underneath one. He should be happy. Oh shit. On the table. My bad.
That's how the equipment's not over on that side.
See? And that's how we keep from destroying too many things at Matt's house. My bad.
I appreciate that.
Jay, would you be so kind as to hand me a paper towel, like out of camera view, please? And thank you. Thank you. So I can clean up. Because that's genuinely how I am. Like, I don't want to leave a mess. I don't want to be.
Jay brought his own roll of paper towels.
Actually, he brought this roll of paper towels for you. Remember we were here last time and I needed paper towels so I could cut something up and you had no paper towels? He was like, I had to stop him because what he was going to do during this interview was like completely clean your kitchen and like put your stuff.
Why would you stop him? Why would you stop him from that?
I don't know, because you didn't get me nothing for my birthday, motherfucker. What the fuck I look like getting you something for late Christmas?
I thought you were playing it forward.
No, I don't pay shit forward.
Ah, shit.
I pay it forward. We can go to the casino if you ever decide to come back out to Vegas. And talking about that, so this year is the year. I don't give a fuck. I don't know how many more years I have. So I finally started my own event planning and event organization. And it's House Dark Events. I am super proud of it. Like, I found with this AVN/season that more tops and pro femmes want to come to my shit. So I'm going to start catering to them. I'm hoping that at some point in time, I can get you to come out and just say, hey, and then leave the fuck out.
I can't hang out. I got to leave.
You can hang out. I don't know exactly how much you want to hang out with the ladies I'm going to be hanging out with, but I can tell you
I enjoy
their
company. I'm not going to get any work out of them, but
Yeah, but I'm going to say this. If nothing else, the first party that we're doing right now is going to be so much fun. I've never been so happy to work with some other ladies and like us all be like sociable. Like nobody has any no drama, no problems with anybody. Like my Dom daughter's going to be there. This is going to be her first real doing an event and or party that is not like somebody's private thing or somebody booking her, because she's 70 this year, y'all.
Oh shit.
And I know, hold on a second. I'm just gonna ever so slightly reach over to the side so I can grab my phone, because I need to show Matt a picture of my Dom daughter who is 70, and he's gonna be like, and use a lion ass whore. Because when she told me how old she was when I first met her, when she was 64, I believe it. No, 63. I was like, bitch, I ain't never looked that good in my life. She's a former ballet dancer. She's a burlesque dancer. She's a vampire. She can sit a corset down to like 22 inches. I know girls in their 20s that can't do that.
I was going to say something horrible there. I will not say something horrible.
I know you want to say something horrible, but when you see this picture, you're going to be like, she's 70? Like, are you serious? That's her.
Well, that's insane.
Yeah, and that picture was taken last year.
That's insane.
But like, hold on a second.
You sure she's not actually a vampire?
You know what? If I wasn't that person, I would have asked her the same thing, because like I just got finished working on the website. This is her, unfiltered, unedited, just a different background in the background. She's 70 in a couple of months. Her and Mistress Cyan are the same age.
Are you sure she is not a real vampire? Have you seen her during daylight hours?
Yes. I've seen her during bunches of daylight hours.
She
took me down to Shanty Alley here in LA for the very first time, and I've never had so much fucking fun. That's why I was like, I'm actually going to enjoy the event that I'm putting on.
You've never had so much fun. Ouch.
I'm sorry, hun, you're not shopping at a discount, and that's my real fetish, not paying full price for shit. I pay full price for you every time I come here when I go through half a bottle of fucking Fifth.
I provided the tequila.
Oh, yeah, you also provided the good vibes of me feeling like my insides were going to come out to my outside the worst possible. Yeah, there you go, full service. How come you can't give me full service like out in Vegas and like a handy J on the white out the door? Give me that. I can live with that.
I'm not going to roll you for your wallet either.
Yay, and that's why we go to the Bunny Ranch. Woo!
No, they'll just negotiate for your wallet there.
Have you been?
No, but I know enough people that work them.
Oh my God. I can't believe you haven't done like a podcast from there. Like I would think that would be like the most amazing shit ever. Like Matt Slayer live from the Bunny Ranch, or like
we would have to pay me.
Bitch, I would pay you just to see what the fuck come out of it. I just want to hear it. I'm sorry. The more I talk to my therapist and the more I see people, the more I find out about myself. And I found out I am very auditory. I'm semi-visual, but like shit that sounds good to me. And like your podcast, I know, and this is not me trying to like see if I can get on the show a fourth time. My ears genuinely like the sound of your voice. It like you don't get too loud, and when you do, your voice is very set level. So that's
post-production. That's all post-production.
Hey, if it's post-production, then like your production skills are on fucking point.
Well, yeah, that's why people fucking pay me to do that.
Well, if I had more money, I'd pay you too, bitch, but I'm broke.
Well,
I'm still paying off that house. We've only seen each other for 3 years. I told you it's a 5-year plan, so I got about at least 2 more of these here adventures with your ass if you decide to have me before this motherfucker's paid off. And when it's paid off,
no slaves pay my bills.
Okay. We are going to explain something to the greater out there in TV lands and out there in audio lands. I make money. I do. And I make more than the average American worker. But I don't have some $1 million backer in the background like, oh, honey, your motor fucked up. Let me buy you a brand new car in year date. Hell, even maybe next year date. Get you something brand new. Something made by Chevy. I have a Chevy Captiva, y'all. A car that was an SUV that was literally only made by Chevy for 3 fucking years. That's how I'm living. And I'm okay with being okay with that. But guess what else I have? I have an awesome fucking husband at home that just told me today on the phone he will always be my cheerleader no matter what the fuck is going on. There's nothing quite like that feeling of...
You're doing his taxes, of course.
Fall back real security. And I charge him for doing his taxes.
Really?
I do. I charge him exactly $50. And you know why? So that he's able to write off part of his taxes.
I'm charging more then.
I'm still a fucking sadist. Fuck you.
Charge him more. He could write off more.
Yeah, he could, but I don't feel like helping him that much. I feel like helping him a little bit. Like the rest of it, you got to work for it.
Yeah, but it's money coming to you.
Not really. His money is his. My money is
Right.
mine.
If you're charging him, you could afford an editor. You
No.
should be charging him.
His money does not pay for my things. You know what? I know a lot of people will not give up this secret, but I'm trying to actually genuinely help people. I have a set amount of spending at the beginning of every fiscal fucking year because I file taxes on my business. This year was supposed to have been $6,000 because of everything that's going on, and the fact that eggs that I bought a couple days ago and I only got 12 of them was $8 goddamn dollars.
Oh, that's a good deal here in LA.
I know. The fact that I left from Oklahoma and I got my gas at Costco and it was under $2 makes me angry about being here. It makes me upset.
Well, that's
It makes
why
me
I
feel
travel
bad for y'all. Like, I'm looking at California like y'all are a third world refugee country. Like, it's too windy, shit's still on fucking fire, and y'all can't afford gas. I just spoke with a coin dealer today, and he was like, folks in South Carolina were like saving up all their silver because they didn't have money. They couldn't get an ATM machines. And I was like, well, that's fucking scary. You can go ahead and take them motherfuckers. Because I don't need them. I've literally been sitting on them for 5 years and had almost actually forgot about them until I told Jay about them. And he was like, oh, you can bring them with you next time. Because the closest coin dealership to me is almost 120 miles in one direction from my house. And I was like, cool, I'll take them with me on the plane. It's right around the corner from your house. Cool, we're in California. Y'all do shit like that. That's what the fuck I'm going to do.
I mean, you could definitely sell them in Vegas.
I already sold them.
Oh, okay.
I kept the coin that was from my father. Apparently, there was this family tradition. The year that you were born, you got a silver head dollar. And my father was born in 31. So they did not make that actual dollar then. So he didn't get one until 34. So I kept that one. The gentleman was like, it's very, very worn. It would just be sold for silverweight. And I was like, you know what? I'll put it on the altar. And a penny that I didn't know at some point in time during the United States' history, they made a penny the size of a quarter.
I did not know that.
I didn't either until today because I thought it was a quarter. Or actually, I thought it was a token.
Like a bus token?
Yeah, I thought it was an old bus token. It said, what was it, 1897 or something like that on the front of it? 1893. And I was like, well, that would have been around my great-great-grandmother's time. So I could totally see this coming. But I always thought it was like a token. But then I thought about it after he said something. I was like, we're in Mississippi. They didn't have any public transportation back then. This is a penny. Okay, learn something new.
What's it worth now?
Absolutely nothing, and I kept it. And I'm gonna put it on the altar and be like, hey, Dad, got your shit back. The stuff that was worth something because you put me in $89,000 worth of debt. $89,000. I'm down to a little bit under $13,000 of paying it back since 2020.
What is medical bills and such?
Not medical. Okay, so I am the baby out of 10.
Right.
I am now the 4th living child of my father, the youngest. When my father passed away, before he passed away, he was like, I want you to have the house. It was a double wide trailer. I want you to have this land. It had a double wide trailer on it. It was inside the city limits, but nothing super major crazy about it. We were the first Black people to own our house on that side of town, which my father was very, very proud of. But everything else was some bullshit. I ended up selling the house for like $28,000. Land, stock, everything, all of it. I was able to chisel a little bit of that off for the past, since I would say October of 2020. I've been paying off like a couple grand a month and whittling down that 89 grand. And now I'm down to like a little bit shy of 13,000. And I'm really fucking proud of it because I did it all damn near off of sex work in the state of Oklahoma. Fuck you, state of Oklahoma. I hope everyone that works for their mental facilities croaks. Everyone in their administration team is garbage. I got hurt at work. I fell into a hole because one of their maintenance workers decided to leave it uncovered without a grate on top of it, covered with a full coverage cone, not a pop out A. And I slid into it while I was at work by myself one day, by myself with 2 other workers there to make food for 600 plus servings. And they just said today to my lawyer, oh, well, she also has this persona where she has a character as a dominatrix and she wears heels. So they completely denied the surgery on my foot.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they did. And I know most people be like, why would you talk about that? I don't care anymore. I took care of these people. I made sure that everyone that was in my watch, that I paid attention to diets that I wasn't supposed to because that wasn't what I was hired for. And might I add, when I was hired, they knew I was a professional dominatrix. And I told them under the provisions of the days that I need off to do things like DomCon, AVN, XBiz, Exotica, I need those days off because that's how I make my real money. I'm just coming here to help y'all the fuck out so I don't have to be out on the road so much. And they were like, okay, cool, because we're so short staffed and you know how to make vegan and vegetarian, you know the difference between the two. And then when I needed them the most, they were like, fuck you. And I was like, y'all picked the wrong one.
You donated to the Luigi Legal Defense Fund then?
Oh, baby. The Luigi Legal Defense Fund, I did actually donate $50. And I know everybody's like, oh, it's $50. I didn't have to donate shit.
Nope.
But I can tell you right now, that man comes from money and he understood that the struggle was real. And usually you don't get that from the rich. I'm usually all about eat the rich, but now I'm about 2025, eat the idiots. They're a lot more profitable. They're a hell of a lot fattier, probably like Wagyu beef. They've been sitting on their couches drinking beers. They're well marbled. Oh my God. I've had like, what, 4 or 5 conversations now in less than 30 days about cannibalism of stupid people and rich people. Something is wrong with me. I was like, man, we have so many more idiots than we have the rich. I didn't really think that plan all the way out. The rich are the 1%. There's billions of us on the planet. That's not enough to feed the rest of us. Get the idiots. There's so many more. They're like tauntauns roaming across the fucking frozen plains.
Yeah, but they're full of carcinogens.
There's worse shit you could die from. If it makes me feel, what did the man say? If it makes me feel better and it don't do anything for anybody else, why the fuck are y'all trying to stop it?
Oh, I'm not trying to stop it.
Hey, Jay, can I have another gigantic ice cube?
May I have one as well?
Can we have 2 gigantic silicone trays ice cubes? Because this man is, you know what? Everything about this place reminds me of like my second and third boyfriend, including the fiance that I lopped my finger off in. Full speed bar. We have stuff for cleaning, but it looks like it hasn't been touched in a minute. And everything else looked like it got blown up to shit. But fuck it, we got space to fuck.
And that's my life.
And that's really all we need.
My last random hookup, she's like, you know, to your room. I'm like, you'll have to excuse what the shape of things at the moment.
The shape of things. That sounds like Jay. He was like, you have to excuse my house. It's a mess. And all I could think was, my house is literally covered with everything that didn't go in my bags, and my husband was left there to clean it with no idea of where it actually goes, along with 4 dogs, because my great niece has dropped off her puppers at my house while she's gone stripping in St. Louis, because this family don't care what kind of boots you wear. Everybody is respected in this sumbitch for your job. You got on stripper heels, you got on them fucking caterpillars, don't make a damn.
Damn right. It was one of those like, because I got a bidet, like there was no toilet paper.
I want a bidet, but I feel like my husband wouldn't know how to act with it.
Oh, I mean, it's great. It power washes your asshole.
I know. And that's the main reason why I want one. I will stick my hand out so I'm off camera. Excuse me, internet.
But, a bidet doesn't do, any good for having the toilet paper at the front end.
Hey, man, if we're doing that whole you don't eat with your right hand, I'm scrubbing that motherfucker every time I'm down there. Like
but
the fucking hand soap is right there on the sink. Just a little squirt, a little wipe, a little spray with some hot water. And if you got one of those really cool bidets, you get hit with the warm breeze underneath there. Have you ever had the bidet with the fan in it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's the most amazing fucking thing on the planet.
Well, I had to apologize after I finished dinner that, I'm sorry.
Like, I feel like I used you horribly. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do you like the disgusting whore you are, but Jesus, that was good.
I meant everything I did. I mean, it was just like one of those, like, she went for the post nut, urination, clean it out a little. And I was like, I'm sorry, there's no TP.
Oops.
Yep.
And that's why we have Plan B, ladies. Let's hope that it keeps staying that way.
I have a vasectomy. You don't need Plan B.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Power fist.
I was just reading for whiskey, but yeah.
Well, I was trying to actually give you a fist like, oh, shit. Like, I've been trying to get... conversations I've had with Jay and conversations I had at my local health department. So when we first moved to when we first moved to Oklahoma, we didn't have insurance. So I was going through Oklahoma State Health to like get my depot shot because I fucking hate kids. like exponentially. I don't hate your kids. I'm just saying for myself, it's not the options that I'd like to have. I feel like that's a life choice. It's not really something that you should do. It's a personal choice.
That you should really fucking think about. And
yeah. Every fucking time you fuck and you decide to raw dog it, remember that this might turn into horrible human beings.
Or
it's outside of your control.
Or an accident.
Fuck an accident. I was a fucking accident.
I mean, like downstairs.
No. I was a fucking accident.
You're here. They obviously didn't push down enough stairs.
No, my mom and dad were fucking at the Red Roof Inn over by the Thistledown track, and anybody who knows where Cleveland, Ohio is can figure that shit the fuck out.
Here you are.
And here I am. My father was well into his 40s and was not expecting another kid. I am 24 years separated from my closest sibling at 46 years old this year. Yeah, I was an accident. My dad was still busting nuts and getting around like Tupac at a slumber party, and nobody stopped him. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, I got to put a cap on that shit. Fuck that shit." And I was the last one, so I'm the baby.
Well, that's why I got a vasectomy, because I don't like condoms. Nobody liked condoms.
I told my husband and my health workers while I was at the health department, like, they got a fucking tutorial for everything on YouTube. I'm sure I can figure this shit the fuck out. And the lady that was at the front desk, Lord bless her soul, I feel so bad for her because she is not been there for years. She had not even been there a month. The other nurses and staff I have been dealing with for years. Like, my case file is thicker than if you took 3 of your laptops and put them on top of each other. They just got finished dumping my case file a couple of months ago, and it's already getting back, like big back. And the woman was like sitting there at the desk, like, that look of concern for my husband while wondering, like, where would she get the equipment? You shouldn't do that at the house. And the nurse who just gave me my depot shot comes up behind her and she literally rubs her on the shoulder and she's like, "It's okay. It's okay. We know you haven't known Miss Mia long." They don't even call me by my government name. They call me Miss Mia. And they're like, "Oh, Mia's here. Let's hear the last stories of the craziness of the road." A couple of them a couple more people who have watched your podcast to see what the fuck I said about back home on there. And she was like, she's serious, but she's not serious. Like, if she could figure it out, she'd totally do it. But like right now, she hasn't figured it out. So everybody's safe. And this lady's just sitting at the desk like, "Oh my God, y'all just let her be, outdoors by herself without adult supervision." And the main nurse, once again, who had gave me my shot, was like, "Oh yeah, she's fine. This is fine. This is good." She was basically that dog in the room full of fire wearing the bowler hat. Yeah, that was her reaction to this. Like, this is the normal for her. We're used to it now.
Par for the course.
Yes, because like I told them about when I did this show and getting in on IMDb, just in case apparently you want to know. Maybe I've done this show so much because I'm trying to see where else it will push my career, because I have never been listed on IMDb before until I did this show and Horrible Decisions. And I'm like, thanks to both of y'all motherfuckers, because y'all put a bitch on map. My uncle was like, "Something made me Google you by your stage name," and all this shit came up. And he was like, now before it was like, "That shit ain't kosher." And now he's like, "That shit's pretty fucking cool. Like, you out here with horns and doing," oh God, the guy he seen the pictures from Jack Steele at Sanctuary when I lit his ass up and put like 200 acupuncture pins all through his body. Yeah. He was like, "I'm not usually into looking at naked white dudes, but that was pretty fucking cool." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm great. Thank you." And like, that brought like a little kid smile back to my face. Like when I was his favorite niece and he was my favorite uncle.
Well, I'm glad to bring that, childlike wonderment of your life.
I know, right? Oh God, that one was harsh. I don't know. That was swig was.
You poured it yourself.
I know, but I've knocked the top out the bottom, so we're like going towards the 1800 label. Well, we're past the top of the label. Like, y'all have to understand, I've sat on this show and drank almost a whole fucking fifth, and I looked at your face like, "Bitch, you really gonna drink the whole damn thing? You shouldn't have invited me to your house." And what did we both learned something that night.
No, I didn't learn shit.
Yeah, I kind of didn't either.
Why are you lying to my audience? Be like, this is an educational show that we're learning shit.
Because you just said, "I need these views and clicks and the algorithm to pay me some attention," and nothing says attention quite like education. Maybe you might need to change your situation a little bit.
Nope.
See? Shit.
I'm an old white man. I'm stuck in my ways.
You're not old yet, but you are white as fuck.
Oh, I know. No, I know. I'm translucent.
That's what I was looking at. I was looking at like, what the fuck did he do to his arm? Just leaning on the chair, wasn't it?
Yep. Just leaning on the chair.
He's 2 seconds away from being so clear you can see what he's thinking.
That would haunt a lot of people.
It haunts me now.
What do you think I'm thinking, Mia? What do you think I'm thinking?
Well, I know what I can tell what you ain't thinking. How I'm gonna clean up this kitchen and that bathroom.
Jay's here.
Just Jay being here. That's the thunk. Really? Okay.
You already put it in my head. You incepted that thought into my head.
That thought of like, I was going to get a clean kitchen. God damn it. How dare you tell me about things that I don't actually get? That's like preparing me for a meal I don't get to eat.
You're like, I want to do the show again. And then you're going to deny Jay cleaning my kitchen.
Well.
See, now we're in a negotiation.
The only real negotiation we had was like, hey, you want canters? Yes, that was the end of the negotiation.
Well, the previous negotiation, we're in a new negotiation.
Oh, Lord. What are you, Darth Vader? I've changed the plan. Pray that I don't change it again.
This is a different situation.
I swear to God, sometimes I think Matt only has me on the show because I'm a fucking nerd. And like all the other sexy, semi-naked to full naked people come on here, which don't get me wrong, I've strapped on like several humongous, ridiculous dicks to be able to get my porn cred, to be able to make it on this show. So don't think it's just like we're friends and he's letting his random black old lady friend show the fuck up. No, I make my smut. You take your ass to X videos and look up Mistress Just Say Red, and I promise you, you'll either learn something about yourself you did or did not want to know.
You know I have people on here that don't do sex work, right?
Hey, and more power to y'all, but I do.
Well, I'm glad you do.
I'm sure you're glad I do, so I can show the fuck up and have something to fuck to talk about other than my random fucking family goings-ons back in Mississippi. I'm like,
I believe we've spent an hour talking about that already.
Hey, don't make fun. Don't make fun. Those
okay,
people,
sorry, show's over, folks.
Those folks are full of fucking information and entertainment that you didn't even realize you needed until you heard it.
I was just told to not make fun, so apparently the show's over tonight. Mia's out. Don't make fun.
Don't make me swallow the fucking seeds of the lemon either.
I'm not making you do anything.
I feel like you are, Grandpa. I feel like you are.
Blinded by the white.
Oh my God. Really mad. Bad now.
No, I always want to have people that are of interest and are interested in characters on my show. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's an added bonus if you do sex.
So are you going to be like the other guy and be like, you're so animated?
No.
That's what I was told. I was told after someone watched me on one of your podcasts that they wanted me to come and do their podcast because, quote unquote, I was so animated on the Matt Slayer show that he couldn't help but watch to the end. He was like, I had no idea what the content was going to be, but like, the start of the you know what it was? It was the Marvel versus DC conversation when he was like, you got me at Marvel versus DC. I had to finish to the end of the 2 hours.
Perfect. Well,
because most people aren't going to finish something on YouTube for a whole 2 hours and some minutes.
Some of them are.
Some of them are.
I look at my metrics. Some people do.
I look at my metrics too. You know what gets them in? Like me lip syncing and having my boobs in the videos. Pictures of my gigantic feet in like beautiful, tiny, skinny girl heels. And people can't understand how I got the fuck in there. I don't know.
I wouldn't pretend to know.
And you know what? I appreciate you because you don't try to fake the funk like I know what the fuck you're talking about me. Just like I don't try to fake the funk with these fucking cameras like I know that I can hear me in the right and I hear you in the left and I can see me in front of me and that is the end of the conversation. Don't ask me about none of these cables and wires because
that's all you need to know.
I'll tell you a very pretty lie that you'll probably believe and then something will catch the fuck on fire.
I won't believe it and I don't need anything on fire with me. And ladies had enough fires, Mia. We don't need any more.
Stop! I forgot about that. Shit. I'm sorry. Dude.
Oh, you're sorry for starting the first one?
No.
You started fires before now? What the hell, Mia? What the hell? How long have you been in town?
Okay. Well, I will say this right now that I came in during like the midline of the fires and my flights coming in were ridiculous.
The midline.
As they were starting to doldrum out And I'm gonna tell you right now, every morning I have coughed up something that probably big enough to have its own fucking zip code and comes in a color that should not be categorized as this came out of a fucking human just breathing y'all's fucking air. So how about that shit? Like this one had to take a fucking Mucinex this morning because like was thinking I'm actually genuinely sick, and I was like, I think you just sucked in too much gross air because like here in the valley, y'all tend to get decent air. All the shit stays up at the top as it's coming off of LA. And then y'all get to settle down here in the little crescent and have semi-fresh air. It's fucking California. Anything in Southern California, if you're not tasting exhaust fumes, are you really here?
No, that's half the...
Don't say that's half the fun, because it's not. I can tell you...
it's all the fun. All the fun.
I can tell you when Sanctuary was still out on La Cienega and we were part of the fucking Southeast Asia airline path, like Air China and Air Australia and New Zealand and all the rest of them fucking crazy ass airlines that nobody else uses. Qantas.
Qantas is great.
Qantas is fucking amazing. I love their flights. And they literally looked at me at the gate when I was going to Australia for the very first time and were like, oh, you're a big lass. It says here you got an economy seat. We're going to bump you up to premium. You won't be able to fit. And I was like, cool, I'll take it. And then I seen their version of premium economy, their version of economy. And I'm like, Southwest could never. Southwest could never.
Oh, international carriers are so much better than American carriers.
And the food. I'm fat bitch. I'm big back. I'm about the food. They gave me the best yogurt, the best creme brulee. And then they were like, I was like, oh, how much are cocktails? I'd like to get an extra spicy Bloody Mary. And the very, very handsome New Zealand gentleman with tattoos all the way up the side of his neck, just being sexy for no good goddamn reason with this red coat on and this ridiculously flamboyant shirt that they make them wear, was like, oh, no, all the drinks are covered inside of the package when you get on the plane. Excuse me, sir?
Oh, you didn't know?
You can have as many drinks as you like. If you would like to ask for extras on your lunch or dinner, because it's a 17-hour flight from here to Sydney. And I was like, why you tell me that? Why didn't you just tell me like, hey, this is a place for you to masturbate because the bathroom's bigger than your bathroom in your first apartment when you lived in Chicago. Like you could fit 12 people in there if there was a fuck shower inside of it.
Have you never been cut off in fucking on a plane before? Because I have.
No. I hadn't.
Oh, I've been cut off on, it's unlimited, free drinks. I have been cut off on flights.
Well, I also did not do the And Now We Drink podcast of how much booze can you fit into a 20-minute segment out of a 60-minute hour.
Oh, my best record is, I think 4 drinks from LAX to San Diego.
It's like a 40-minute flight, dude.
Oh, it's only 15 minutes in the air.
Oh my God. I was saying like with the let's leave the gate, get everybody on the plane, 30 minutes, wheels up, here's your fucking cocktail peanuts, and roll out.
Oh no, they only have beverage service for first class on that flight.
See, I know, okay, everybody go ahead and say, man, this bitch is country. I only fly Southwest.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. They've literally in damn near 18 years of flying with them, they've only lost my luggage once. Oh. And might I add, because I'm broken and busted and old and shit, and I have like things I need to wear on me to be able to walk sometimes. If you give somebody at Dallas Love Field $5, they will go ahead and put you on priority boarding. Fuck your $40. $5, and I can be on the plane first with military and everybody because me and my brace and my busted ass knee and my busted ass back and my busted ass now ankle because of work.
On your sky bus that you have to fucking pick a seat on.
Yeah. And I'd much rather, you know what? Give me my pick of seat. Who took the time to check in first versus who paid the most for the fucking ticket? Let's make this shit like fucking for real, for real. I don't give a fuck. I'm like this in real life. I don't give a fuck how much money you threw at the fucking problem. That should not be the reason why you get to be on here first. I think it should be a real Mr. Beast games. We all run for the fucking flag first kind of moment. If I fucking clock in, I set my alarms for 2 minutes before it's time to clock into my flight. The only people I'm getting beaten by are the people who paid the $40 to get on the fucking flight first or have business class. And you know what? I will get on the flight first and still go to the back end of the fucking plane. You know why? Because I don't want to have to. I'm 6'3", bruh. before I put on heels. No, I don't feel like randomly getting up so I can stand with all the other people because, they opened the fucking door. I want to sit here and wait till all of y'all repugnant motherfuckers get the fuck off with your babies and your dogs and your boyfriends and your girlfriends. And then I can pull my probably 60 to 75 pound bag that I didn't pay for. My other 100 pounds of freight that I didn't pay for. Y'all go ahead and keep paying for them bags and be like, wait for United to tell you, oh, we booked too many people on the flight. Let's drag you off like a Japanese and or Asian type fucking person that's a doctor and be like, fuck you.
So I'm a Delta frequent flyer.
And with frequent flyers, you get the awesomeness of like going to have a cocktail and some Viennese weenies.
Oh,
is that really worth it?
Oh, yes.
For me, it's not. I can eat when I get there. I'm the kind of fat that I can wait or not. I bring snacks.
First and foremost, the real reason being a frequent flyer is worth it is when you burn the miles for international flights, because Southwest just doesn't have the footprint.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have a penis. I don't pay for international flights.
Well,
I know that sounds fucked up, but like seriously, you want me to come outside the United States, you better go ahead and cough up at least $2,000. I can't help you. I cannot help you.
No one is buying Matt's flights but Matt.
That sucks. That's gotta suck. Oh shit.
It does suck, but it's reality.
Yeah, it's reality. That is not my personal reality. So I know that's my one time that I can say my V card pays the fuck off.
No, your V card pays all the
couple
time.
of times. No, not really. Because you got to remember, my V card versus the other bunch of bitches out here in LA's V card is not the same V card.
We're comparing V card to penises. So,
Yeah, well, V card to penis is like, yeah, I absolutely beat you. You'll always be like the background talent. Like, can you give a handy J or some shit like that? I'll always be the front of the cast. I'll always be principal cast. You'll always be in the back. And that really fucking sucks. Which I know this sounds bad. He's like, I'm just going to grab my drink. I can't believe you just said that to me inside of my own house.
Oh, no, yeah, I believe you said it.
You know what? What's really funny, because I had to have this conversation with my husband. At some point in time, he decided he wanted to be male talent.
Oh, God, why?
I'm sorry, because, he blows my back the fuck out. He does. He's really good at it. That's why I keep him. But he really had this idea, like, he could really fuck for money. And I was like, the dick kind of good. Like, it's really good. Like, I ain't never had no complaints. And we've been together. This is going to be our 16th year.
Yeah, but is it aesthetically pleasing?
It is.
Okay.
You know what? Because he's been using my fine oils and fucking lotions for the past 16 years. And I was like, you have officially the smoothest fucking dick and balls in all of the state of Oklahoma. Because you have used...
That's not a really big measurement.
You know what? It kind of is. There's some decent steak and eggs out there in Oklahoma. I really wasn't thinking it either until I just decided to go ahead and see what free rangery the state might have to offer. And I'm 46 this year, folks, and I have been chased down by 20-somethings, and I didn't know exactly when that started, but I've seen a lot of brand new, I just started using this motherfucker penises in the last couple months. Like, I ain't really brought this motherfucker out. This is my Hellcat. It's been in the garage all week. For like the past couple years, I bought it back in 2018. It's 2025. I think it's time to bring it out. You know how hard it is to make him do a fucking like guttural laugh. We have been doing this for like the last 3 episodes of like, can I make you lose your shit and or something come through your nose? Yeah. And I love knowing that like every once in a while I can actually make you laugh.
Yeah, I guess I do no sell to a lot of people.
But you know what it is? It's awesome whenever I come out here because this is like, I've done Horrible Decisions. I've done 69 podcasts, whiskey podcasts. I've done a lot of podcasts. But when it comes right down to it, like when it comes to fun and like someone who's going to nerd the fuck out with me instead of like, oh, well, what's your freakiest desire? What's the craziest thing a sub has done to you? You give the real questions that America wants to know.
Yeah, 1997.
1997. What the fuck were you doing? Not graduating from high school, motherfucker. That's what I was doing.
Damn right. No, because...
And I like looking back on these because I have these saved. Every episode that I'm on, I have saved into my YouTube because I'm like, I have no children. I have no one to pass this on to. So what I really want to have is like when I'm in the nursing home and I tell people how awesome I used to be and they're like, all right, miss, fill in the blank. I'm sure you were, because when I worked in a nursing home, I had a lot of ladies like that. And like, I want to be that lady of mystery. Like, did you know Miss Such and Such down the hallway used to be a professional dominatrix and was whooping ass and taking names? She got all kind of pictures inside of her suite. Yeah, girl, you got to go down there and go see and change your diaper because that shit's fucking amazing.
Doing this show, there is no mystery. We get it all. We get it all.
And you know what? I'm completely cool with pulling like the drapery back on this particular subject because I love coming on here because you genuinely get like I think the most honest. I'm not trying to make sure that I sound professional. I have to cover myself. I have to be a professional Black woman in the industry where I have to do like 10 times more and try 20 times harder to get the same amount of respect. And I appreciate that out of you. Like, this is one of the few things that I can do and not feel like I'm not inside of the curb. Like I usually feel with some people, like they're like, oh, well, you know these prestigious doms. Yes, I do. I've actually been around longer than they have, but since it wasn't in California, apparently it don't count.
Well, because man, I like you as a human being. You're not a novelty. You're not a fucking,
This is my 25th year this year, professional. 26th in lifestyle.
The amount of girls that weren't even.
And might I add, with no violations. No one has ever reported me, said she touched me in a bad way. I might have sexually assaulted them. Yeah, the night's young. I still got a couple years left in me.
I have witnesses this time.
Oh my God, shut up.
I brought witnesses. I brought my own witness because I know Jay.
This time, bitch.
I know Jay won't have my back.
No, and if he does have your back, it's going to mean that he also cleans your kitchen. So, like, there's that.
Well, then
just in case anybody does not know, Jay is Jay Moyes of Octane High Octane Heart. I've had a couple of shots. Y'all,
my God, there's alcohol on the show. How did that happen?
Of High Octane Heart. No, he's not taking any new clients. I think I was the last one. But like,
boo.
I know, boo. But he's really good at it. So like, fuck y'all. I want to keep my shit in-house. This is like in-house dick. God damn it. Mine. Go get your own. But yeah, he has been my publicist for going on 2 years now. I would not have met people like Matt or did Avian outside of Mistress Cyan in the Lair or met any of the cool people that I have met without him. So I always try to make sure I give him mad props whenever I come on any of the podcasts, do any of the shows, any of the written interviews, any shit like that. And I know a lot of people are going to look at me like, God damn, this bitch is corny as fuck. I'm sorry. I'm built different. Like, for real, I'm built different.
Well, yeah, you have shorter fingers, but...
Yeah, I'm short. These two fingers are never going to be the same length. He can't zoom in right now because he's sitting across from me, but like the right finger is longer than the left finger, even when you line them up at the knuckles.
But either way, for real, their opinions don't matter.
Yeah, because y'all motherfuckers don't pay my bills.
No, even if they did, either going to pay them or they don't. At the end of the day, their opinions really don't fucking matter.
Yeah, because if your opinion of me is bad, I bet you I still got to fucking live and pay taxes and do debt and go visit people that I don't like and hang out in spaces with people that I don't like so I can be a grown-up and act like I'm a professional. And that's why I love these moments to stop by here and not have to fucking be professional. This is the most non-professional thing that I do, and I fucking love it.
I don't know how to take that.
Take it as a good thing, motherfucker, because it ain't gonna get no better.
I don't know. Like, hey, Matt, you've only been doing.
And a Jewish deli that has some of the tasty. Why do y'all have to have these delicious black and white cookies, Cantor? Why do y'all have to have babka at like, I don't know, 12 in the morning? Why don't you say you don't want me to fit inside of this suit no more? And that is absolutely what we're going to do. The last one that we did, we left from here, and Jay, who was the only remotely sober person, was like, oh, let me take these two drunk motherfuckers to get something to eat. Maybe that'll help.
It helped. It helped me.
It helped me too, but like I was completely complicit in everything else that happened that night. I just wanted to
What else happened that night?
I just wanted to eat a quarter of a pound of all the corned beef that I could shovel into my mouth without mustard on top of it, and like see if I could shovel a pickle down my throat without choking on it, because that's the kind of gal I am.
Mission accomplished?
Yes.
So
I had fun. I don't know about anybody else. Y'all didn't have to have fun. I've learned to be a party girl all by myself. Sia had it wrong. She's like staying up till 2 or 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Jay went and did regular Jay stuff while I sat at the house and slept for 6 fucking hours. And apparently my body was desperately in need for like plants need electrolytes. Because I sometimes
fucking Brondo.
I don't know how to stop. When I get on this whole like, it's professional. We got to do this. We got to show up for the show. We got to be there early. We got to do the thing. And we're showing up so early that other stuff isn't done. I'm not going to say where that came from, but you already know. How did we show up an hour early at a thing, and that thing had not even put up anything except for their security detail? There wasn't a sign outside. There wasn't, oh, well, you're really early. Well, it said 1:30 was the latest, so I don't.
Yeah, they're on porno time.
Yeah, and that's what Jay told me. Jay was like, oh, yeah, if we don't tell them to be here by 1:30, they'll show up whenever. And they still did it anyway.
Yeah, porno time is the thing. No.
And you can tell I'm not a porno girl. Like, don't get me wrong. I have made my smut, like I said, xvideos.com. Miss just say red. Genuinely, you'll see that. I have a song on there where I'm using fucking, and I know he told me don't use it anymore, but I'm sorry, until you come to sue me, I'm not cutting it the fuck off because it's fucking funny as fuck. Ray Williams Johnson, Bitch Got a Penis. That plays while I have a boy sucking my dick inside of a hotel room on one of my videos.
Perfect.
Yes. Because I like making smut, just not the kind of smut y'all might be used to. I make a different kind of smut. You need to come on over and check out the smut and then make up your mind for yourself. Because, like, seriously, all of my videos are over 1 million views now.
Well, and it may answer some questions that you didn't even know to ask.
Yeah, like, you would be surprised. Everyone is like, I can't get in contact with her. How? I have a website. It has a whole, like, send me a direct fucking message. I look at those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I hate to break to you. There's a lot of dumb motherfuckers in this world.
You don't have to tell me. I kind of married one. But, like, they don't all have to be, like, super dumb. Because if they do, then guess what? I'm going to fucking eat them. We're going for the vor fetish this year. 2025. Bring on the thighs and legs like KFC chicken. And this is what we're doing. Even though I like Popeyes better.
Damn right, Popeyes. But also, that's how I die.
Hey, man. Mega Man dies in the end. That's all I got to say. Dorkly.
They're falling off.
They have not. I just got finished forcing Jay to watch like every Dorkly bit for 2024. Princess Peach, really?
Some of them are good. Some of them are good. But like, you know, and I directly say neat because of the Sonic bits. So
you know what? I'm waiting for. They just got finished doing. This season was the Sonic University, so they're doing season 8. And those of us who are in the know, if you know, you know. If you like Dorkly and Dorkly bits, and like, if the Pokedex was 53% to 69% more accurate. You know what I'm talking about. Right. This motherfucker across the table from me knows what I'm talking about. And now we're about to have a nerdcore moment while he checks his phone because, like, that's the kind of nerd that I am. At X3, I was really mad. I could not find all of my pieces for Storm because I wanted to enter the fucking cosplay competition. The only thing that I had all the pieces from was my Halloween costume that I did, and that was Alcenia Demetress from Resident Evil 8, the fucking village, because you need to be a 9'10" bitch calling motherfuckers man thing while you're randomly walking through a convention and or bar in my case.
Well, that was.
I didn't think that one would go over that well because it's all just tits. Everything else is covered up.
I mean, no one's ever mad at just tits. No one's ever mad at that.
You know what? They do get mad because there was like girls up there with like skin tight catsuits on, and I'm like, I just wanted to be Storm just one more time.
And now's a great time to be Storm. Marvel Rivals is a thing.
Oh my God. Marvel Rivals and Midnight Suns have been all of my, I'm never gonna call it X, have been my Twitter feed for like the past 2 months.
Honestly, that's why I was annoyed that mildly annoyed, not really annoyed, but mildly annoyed that y'all showed up 20 minutes early because I was going to get one more round of Marvel Rivals.
Oh my God, you were mad because I stopped you from the game.
Yeah, no, I did one round of Rivals.
You sound like my husband on Division 2, like, oh shit, you want me time right now? We were like 2 seconds away from stopping the incurrence. Oh, come on, man. Like,
literally, I had just done a round and we stopped to get drinks. Like, 2 hours later, and then you text me like, I'm here. I'm like, I apparently have to go. Because if you had been like 2 minutes later, I would have been batched and not responded.
And how the fuck was I? I sat down there and smoked a whole fucking cigarette, yo, before I even came up because I was trying to give Jay enough time to come back and like meet up. But I was like, It's like 30 minutes out. I don't want to keep him waiting. Let me go ahead and send him a text
Oh
message.
no, I was going to play Rival, so you.
I was like, I remember
door.
which floor you stay on. I think this looks like it's okay. I don't think that's enough floors. It was one of these 2 floors. I know you live there, and I know you live in a corner. That's all I could remember. That's what you get for getting me fucking drunk when I leave your goddamn house. That's when I process the mass majority of the information of where I have been.
Well, I know a lot of this episode is in retrospect. When you watch it back, you're like, oh, that's what happened?
Or something like that. I love having my day written back to me like notes at a fucking business meeting. That's what happened during my colonoscopy. Want to hear a funny story?
Of course. Why would you ask if I want to hear a funny story?
So my father had colon cancer and 2 other types of cancers after that, and he still only died from COVID. That man was a fucking X-Man. No bullshit.
Worst mutant power ever.
I know. Battling cancer. There you go. He's a Morlock. There you go. It looks cool, but like it doesn't really serve a purpose. So my dad was like, I think you're going to end up having to get him. And when he passed, he was like, I had colorectal cancer. So like, you should really get screened. So when I got my new insurance, I was like, hey, do you cover preemptive screenings? Like stuff to check on my titties because I've grown very attached to these motherfuckers because they're actually mine over the last 40 plus years. Like check my hoo-ha, all of the good things. So before I leave out at the very beginning of the year, this is what I do. Check all the pieces, make sure everything is okay. I went for my God damn. I went for my colonoscopy. And it was my very first one. And it was my previous insurance. And my previous insurance did not cover the pills. So I had to do the chug and the 2-day cleanse.
Oh, that's
when you're shitting out water and it looks like a
with
unicorn.
The pills, you shit water.
With the pills, you shit water, but it's not the actual chugging of that drink. I don't know if you've ever had one before.
Oh, I had one.
But that drink,
the pills.
Yeah, the drink is like this iridescent. It looks like unicorn snot, thick ass fucking drink that you drink.
Drano.
Yeah, it's basically Drano for your insides, and you have to drink it in like 3 separate portions across a 24-hour span. So I had to stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning to take the last fucking shot because I didn't wake up until like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
So do you chase that with a lime or a lemon?
You chase that with water, and you can't have any solid food. And it's like that for 2 days. So I have said thing, and I was very specific with my very best friend back home. I was like, no flash photography, no videography. I know how I am when I come off of sedatives. As soon as that man, when I asked my anesthesiologist, I was like, hey, what are y'all using to put me down? And he said, and I quote, propofol. The doctor says, I need you to count back from 100. And I said, oh, you mean milk of Michael Jackson? And I wake back up.
Thankfully, you woke back up.
Yeah, I woke back up. I was in recovery. My best friend Lisa was there with me. And she's like, bitch, you are fucking fire. And I was like, and apparently my first words out of sedation when I kind of came to were, and I quote, y'all motherfuckers ought to be happy because most people pay tons of money to see my naked ass. Which was then backed up by a gentleman who was across the recovery from me who had not done his cleanse as he was supposed to. So they told him after they had taken him in that he was not completely cleared out and they could not do his surgery. And I don't know if you've ever had one before, but they have to make sure that you pass gas before you leave.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's over there crying and farting. And my friend Lisa tells me, you were just like, cry about it. I bet you do it right the next time. Then we went from there to, since I live in Oklahoma, I have an OMMA license, which means I can legally smoke cannabis inside of the state of Oklahoma with my medical licensing. I had to get my license redone, and I live in a tiny little town. And there is a dispensary right next door to a laundromat. And both of the entire building is owned by one gentleman who owns a dispensary. So he lets them use the laundromat side where they would do your laundry for you when they decide to do patient intakes. So they brought me straight from my fucking, hey, we just shoved a camera up your ass, to let's go get your OMMA license because it's the only day they're going to do it before your license expires.
Oh, shit.
And I shan't be without my marijuanas. It's the only thing that keeps me from murdering y'all.
I'm happy about that.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. I pay
as much as I
perfectly
want
good
death,
money.
as much as I want death, I don't want to be murdered by you.
My therapist even said, I would suggest that you keep up with the sativa cannabis. It helps you a lot. It brings on clarity and it keeps you calm. That keeps me from taking more pills. And I don't feel like dipping into my insurance anymore. So
Feel that.
I get to the place. My husband meets me and my best friend at the place with my great niece. She is getting her license for the first time. He's renewing his. I'm renewing mine because we got ours on the same day.
Aw, so romantic.
And they do this through the tablet. Now, the doctor that they're using just happens to be the same doctor that I originally got my license with 4 years before. You have to do it every 2 years. It costs $100.
All right.
For $100 for police not to come kicking in my door because I'm smoking a fucking joint, I'll gladly give them that money.
Easy
Exactly.
Investment.
Yeah.
Easy
investment. The doctor is on a tablet and they're doing the, hey, how you doing today? Feeling okay? I see the last time that you signed up for medical cannabis that you said that you had anxiety, depression, and neurodivergency. And my response was, and my husband said he was sitting there the whole time, like, just don't say you just came from the doctor's office. Just don't say you came from the doctor's office. And she was like, well, do you have any problems? I was like, well, I still got, because now he's cut on the phone. He had to record me because he said if he didn't record me, I wouldn't believe it. And he was right. So he records me as I'm saying, yeah, I still have the depression every once in a while since dad died. And like the anxiety still gets me. But like, did you know they shoved a camera up my ass this morning? And then they took like 2 polyps out. So I think I totally deserve weed. To which she said, thank you, miss. Here's your last name. If you could hand the phone. And my husband like snatches the tablet from me and hands it back to the person that's running the side of the drive on our side. And that began the beginning of the end. That wasn't even the midpoint of it. They took me to, I don't know if y'all have this out here in California, but Sonic Drive-In. We have that a lot in the South.
Part of civilized California.
Okay. Well, civilized California, y'all are missing out on supersonic cheeseburgers covered with chili, onions, extra pickles.
No, we're
fucking
missing
chili,
out. We're missing
extra
out on the
chili,
drinks.
and then some bacon.
We're
and then
missing out on the
jalapenos.
drinks. We're not.
Yeah, y'all are definitely missing out on the drinks because their fucking slushes are the shit. Like
we're not missing out on the food. We're missing out on the drinks.
The fucking food is pretty fucking bomb.
It is not.
It is.
I've eaten at Sonic plenty of times.
Bruh, I'm sorry. Chili cheese fries on fucking demand?
Yeah, we have Tommy's here in Los Angeles.
Oh, bruh, you mean you have a bag of fucking grease?
Damn right.
Bruh, no. My IBS can't. I can't. My tummy is just like, why? And Mistress Cyan, I love her to death.
Today.
Every time me and Mistress Miss Madison would ask her like, hey, we're getting ready to go out and we're leaving from Sanctuary. Is there anything you'd like to eat? First fucking thing that comes out of her mouth. Junior's, Tommy's. She wants a steak. And that means she wants to drive and go with us and she wants to sit down and eat. Or she wants to fucking bring back an order of chili cheese fries and the greasiest fucking double burger you can. And I still don't understand how she gets through it, but she loves it. And I'm like, hey, if this is what's fighting your cancer or causing your cancer, more power to it, as long as you're fucking happy.
Damn
but
right.
She will choke them motherfuckers down like 5 minutes. And I was like, that bag was dripping.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If the bag isn't dripping, the lady out front when I was ordering my food, I asked the woman, I was like, is there any way I could get like a plastic bag? Because this is blatantly going to explode.
Translucent.
Yeah, it's orange. It's orange, red, grease, translucent. You can see the paper from your bun diaper. You can see your fucking bottom of your fry container. And you can see your straw inside the bag. And you don't need x-ray vision.
Fuck no, you don't.
And I was like, I ate there once. Mistress Miss Madison, love my sister from another mister. I will never listen to that bitch again for hotel rooms or fucking food inside of LA. Cause when she said, let's go to Tommy's, and I'm like, okay, cool, cause I don't know what Tommy's is. And she's like, girl, you love chili cheese fries. They got chili cheese fries. And I was like, bitch, let's go. And then I get there and I get okay, back in Memphis, we had a place that was much like this. It was late night. You just came back from the strip club eats, and that was the only time you ate that shit because you did. It's like that don't feed after midnight picture of you at Taco Bell.
Shit.
Yeah, it's that, hey, this is a mugwai. Don't feed it after 12. And if you do, don't feed it from fucking Taco Bell. Tommy's is that.
Oh, no, for sure. I ate Tommy's tonight for the first time in like years.
I ate the fucking fries, and I've never been so sad about my GI tract. And now I know why I needed to get that goddamn colonoscopy, because I ate that shit on purpose of my own free will. I should have known better.
See, yeah, I've never steered you wrong on late night food in this town.
No, I've never steered you wrong, because when we left, I said, I want corned beef. And Jay said, Cantor's is still open.
No, I definitely was the one who was.
No, you weren't.
Jay?
Swear to Jeebus.
I believe that was on me.
What I said was, I'm hungry. What you said was, I could use a sandwich.
No, I would never say I could use.
Not sandwich. What do you call damn thing? You said I could eat. And I was
that's
like,
definitely a Matt Slayer.
Yeah,
line.
he was like, I could eat. And I was like, Jay, is the Jewish deli still open? Because I thought I saw a 24-hour sign
I am
on it.
definitely
because
sure.
the last
I
time I went with Mama and Jabber, they were like, "Oh, you should totally go there in the middle."
I definitely believe I recommended Cantor.
Well, if you recommended, you didn't pay for my food, so what does it count for, motherfucker?
An experience.
I had already been there.
Obviously not.
Way before I even thought you were a thought out of your daddy's sack. I had already eaten there.
I'm old enough that I was in existence.
Before I had the idea that it existed, no, you weren't. I didn't know you existed. You know, it's very Schrodinger's cat. You don't count until I know you exist. Everything else is insequential. You're a non sequitur until I finally decide to recognize you as a thing.
Unfortunately, you have recognized me as a thing. I'm stuck here forever.
I've recognized you as a man thing. That's why I wanted to be Alcinia Demetrescu. Oh, funny.
I'm stuck with you for life, Mia. Stuck with you for life.
He treats me like I'm his friend from like when we were in grade school. He doesn't actually text message me to see if I'm okay or anything like that, but I'll message him and be like, hey, you all right? Is your house on fire? Are you okay out there? Like, I sent that message to everybody, and I was like, I didn't realize just how many friends I had on the West Coast until the fucking fire. And I'm going through my phone book, and it's just like, oh, I got to message Jay. I got to message Matt. I got to message Cyan. I got to message Jabber and everybody else. And I'm like, it's like half of my fucking phone book just y'all?
Yeah, you should live here.
No, the fuck I shouldn't. That's why y'all motherfuckers is on fire.
I didn't start the fire.
You know what? I'll literally deal with tornadoes and floods before I deal with fire, shaking ground, and mudslides. And I know that sounds like I'm being iffy and shit, but like I live literally in the middle of Tornado Alley, folks. Y'all have no idea. I have picked where I live intentionally just to be in a divot in the ground, not to get hit severely. I did my due diligence and my homework before I moved into my home, and I have found out nowadays people just like, can I afford it and can I live there? And if I had one more person from here being like, come on, Mia, you do so much business out here. Come on, it'll be fun. And then I see y'all motherfuckers struggling. $25 worth of gas gets you not even a quarter of a tank. I can fill my car up for $35 and I have an SUV back home.
Well, yeah, I don't want you to move here. I want editing work. So if
oh my God, shut up.
You won't have money if you move here to pay for my rate.
Oh my God, he's like, I just want you for your money. You could eat my pussy or something first. God damn.
Is that on the table? Fuck.
I don't know. Am I on the table yet? I don't know. We just gonna have to move this larceny bottle and this 1800 tequila reposado, but like, I can make it work. I don't know what you doing.
Well, apparently I have to eat the
Don't make me offer you a box lunch at the Y like it's 75. I will. I'll do it. I'll do it in a minute just because ain't nobody seen it and we don't know exactly how much YouTube will let us post.
We'll find out the hard way.
Or the soft way. It all depends on how you feeling that day.
Well, if I have to eat a pussy for, eat your pussy for, pastrami sandwich. I'll do it.
Don't forget, it's not a pastrami sandwich, darling. This is a whole fucking Reuben. You got to get through like all of the Russian dressing. You got to get through all of the sauerkraut. Don't forget that marble rye. And then you get to the good parts. And I am the definition of, did you stand up to the fucking Pepsi challenge? So I'm just saying. I'm trying to be polite because I like you and you're my friend. But like when you bring up things as this subject, that's when bad things happen.
I'm here for it.
I know you are. That's the main reason why I keep showing the fuck up.
Like, oh my God, you gotta offend me, Mia. Oh my God.
I think this show is the most offensive, but yet the most fun. It's like we don't condone child violence, but we do find it fucking hilarious.
Oh no, I would give them both knives. I love
Team 4-Star shout out, just in case. I don't think anybody from Team 4-Star is watching this show, but just in case, Takahata 101, I fucking love you.
I would happily give 2 children knives and let them fight it out.
Yeah, as long as we get to push them out into the street and like to the victor goes the spoils and then to the loser goes like I get 1 less child credit.
Right? I write them both off on my taxes though.
I don't know. I don't think I would be able to write off a dead baby on my taxes. The Kanye stuff in a blender kind of shot that right out the
Well,
window.
that is bad math on your part.
It's not bad math. It's girl math. It's drunk math. It's this is what I'm doing math while I'm sitting here eating
A whole
lemons.
orchard of lemons. Whole orchard.
I told Jay has a little lemon tree in his backyard. He also has some pepper plants back there. And you already know what my spicy food problem is.
Right.
I ate almost a whole jar of fucking sambal and I took it.
Stole.
I didn't steal. You said
You liberated.
I liberated a jar.
What the fuck was I supposed to say in this situation? Like, no.
No, Mia, you can't have that while you're here doing my 2-hour interview that's not supposed to be 2 whole hours. This is
always 2 hours. It's always 2 hours.
But you told me up front, you were like, we're going like 2:34. I think was that last interview was like 2:34, 2:37.
Probably.
And you were like, I usually don't run this long on interviews. And I was like, yay!
Yeah, I'm the asshole who edit all this shit, so I'm always trying to not do it for that long.
And then there was me. Kind of
There
like
was.
Maud, but nowhere near as fun or full of B. Arthur. So there you go.
The audience at home, like, I will randomly text people like pictures of like, oh, I have sriracha sauce. Look at that.
I fucking hate you. You did that last time and I saved that shit. I pinned it inside of my messages. I was like, my husband was like, your phone's going off. And I was like, give me a second. I just got out the shower. And he was like, it says Matt Slayer. And I was like, oh, give me the phone. And I was like, Matt, that's the guy I did the interview with the last time I was out in LA. And he was like, oh, that shit was hilarious. And I was like, yeah. I just want to see what the fuck he sent me. And it's like you with the jar of, not sriracha, it was the jar
the garlic sauce.
of the sriracha sauce.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's why I ate that motherfucker's jar of sambal. Because he didn't have my fucking tequila like it was supposed to be prepared and ready. Like you knew I was coming, goddammit. Don't be that person.
I blame your publicist, who's currently cleaning my kitchen.
Because he's sweeping right now. I wish y'all could see this. This is the most adorably adorable. Just to let y'all know, I have the world's best cat publicist.
Jay.
And apparently he is also cleaning service. He has literally busted out the broom. He is getting things from underneath the stove.
Jay.
By the time we get ready to leave, you better not fucking say shit because I'll make him stop again. And then you can deal with the fucking kitchen that you had before I got here.
Oh, guess what?
You fucking...
I don't care.
Yeah, you say you don't care until you just got finished saying, like, how dare you deny me something you said you would give me?
Well, yeah.
And Jay is talking off the mic, which Matt absolutely hates.
That is not making it into the show, Jay. I'm just saying the Swiffer wet is by the garbage can.
Well, the Swiffer wet is by the garbage can, but Jay is smart enough of a cat to realize that we have to get the solid state garbage up first before we go trying to mop the floor.
I'm just saying he might not be aware that was.
He might not be aware, but he could always ask. You never know. And just to let y'all know, Jay is not my slave. He is not my submissive. He is my publicist, and he just happens to actually love Matt. He brought a roll of paper towels because the last time
I don't know why
Matt had no paper towels.
I do not understand.
Because you gave his client a fucking chance to be on your show. You didn't act like an asshole dick who didn't know that I was worth anything to like make you some fucking money while we were AVN 2021.
It was 23.
23. Yeah. Oh, it was 23.
It was 23.
Damn.
There was no AVN 21.
I know. I just thought about that. I was like, hold on a second. There was no 21. There was just 2020. And I didn't know you in 2020 because I was full of mushrooms while hanging out with the guy who won for best mature adult talent. We were okay, so there is a apartment that has like multiple rooms inside of it. I think I told you about this last time. The very first time I did one when we went at AVN, I was like, the dude was like dicking whoever the fuck came to the door down and recording it and like had the TV turned and had the window rod open. So we were all watching him fuck like everyone that came. Men, women, whatever that one person was that looked like they came in like Skeletor with like this big like cloak on with a mask and shit and like the fucking steel-toed boots. And I was like, and he walked his ass like a dog on a fucking chain.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ. So that was me and Mistress Miss Madison back in 2020. That was my very first time going to AVN, being an exhibitor at AVN, being there with the actual group, and actually being there for the layer. Every time I had been at AVN before that was me strictly buying my general admission ticket, getting my own room, usually at the Park Alexa right across the street because they have the suites and stuff.
Oh no, I when that was still rumor, I had some very interesting sex in that.
I got to, my sister, Mistress Madison, again, got to meet Ron Jeremy right before he was arrested for like the umpteenth millionth time because ourselves and the hotel right next door had banned him and he was still trying to get a fucking room.
Yeah.
He cussed out the security guard that was there when they were like, we can't accept your credit card. Madison had actually taken pictures with him downstairs and she sent them to us. We were back in number 18 and we were getting ready for like our party that we were having that weekend. We weren't part of AVN, so we weren't saying it was an AVN after party or anything like that. We were just saying we were having a party. It just happened to be the same week as AVN. And everybody was like, okay, cool, we'll come out and blah, blah, blah. And he's swiffering.
He is swiffering.
See? I told you. See?
Jay, why?
Because Jay fucking rocks. This is why I pay Jay in food instead of money. Like, I can give him hundreds of dollars, cool, but I'd much rather know that he's surviving and has like a refrigerator and a freezer full of food.
I'm not going to say no, but
stop talking off the mic. God damn it.
For the audio audience,
he's like, because, you know, because I'm here with her. Like, if I had not stopped him, he was going to come over with all the shit that your kitchen was missing the last time we came over.
Why would you stop him? Why do you hate me? Why hate me up?
I don't hate you. I love you in the worst possible way.
It's not like all my exes now.
You're welcome.
All my exes are like, I love you in the worst possible way.
At least they're not all in Texas. They'd be right above me and I'm their hat.
No, a lot of them are here in LA and it's confusing.
I think this is like shot number 7.
Ooh, only 7.
Shut the fuck up. We're not doing like last time, goddammit. At least it's all the same fucking boozes.
Well, yeah, I mean.
This time. If y'all did not see the last episode, please go back and watch that.
It still exists.
Because it was the fucking it was the tequila with the fucking skeletons on the side of it, that bottle of reposado that you had, and then it was like the fucking clear agave was like hiding amongst the bottles on the speed bar. If y'all could see this ridiculousness that he is calling a bar.
We have bottles here.
Yeah, there's bottles here. And the fucking bottle is still here.
Which one?
The fucking bottle right there on the left-hand corner with the fucking skull army on it. That's the one that I emptied out. That's the same fucking brand. I hate your fucking face. Jay, hand me that bottle.
Top left.
Top left corner. Yeah, with all the skeletons on it right there in front of you. Right there. Yes, that's what your hand on it. Give me this. This evil, give me this off the camera like your body doesn't exist. This shit right here, I mixed with reposado because I only really drink tequila. Tequila is one of the few things that doesn't give me like a horrible hangover. Like I'm still in my 20s and I live at my cousin's fucking house on their couch. Sorry, on the couch guy, my bad.
Sorry, cousin, you took to prom.
That cousin never stayed on my couch. He only stayed in my pussy. Fuck you.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, it says that it's pure 100% agave.
Did that cousin finish inside you?
No.
Condom?
Yeah. The fuck would I want some kids or random social diseases for? Like, Jesus, have you been nowhere? Like,
oh, yeah, my polyclinic.
I'm still using dental dams. Fuck that shit. I got a bunch of
You're the only human being I've ever met who's admitted to using a dental dam. The only human being. Dental
dams, plastic wrap, motherfucker, I want you near my pussy, but not like that. I just need this nut. Like, I don't know exactly how hard it is for you to stimulate my clitoris while not chewing through the plastic, but if you could do that, that'd be awesome.
Never once in my life have I ever used a dental dam. Not once.
I'm going to tell you right now. Actually, Jay got me on remember the dental dam panties?
Off mic.
I just need you to say yes so I can make sure that I wasn't having a stroke. But yes, there was a company that I believe wanted me to actually do a write-up, but they never sent me the fucking panties. But they had a pair of panties that were made as a dental dam. They were thinner in the crotch just for that. I have to turn the mic around because I just noticed that like my sound was a little bit off.
Yeah. That's why you have headphones.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh yeah, look at me paying attention. Third time is a charm. But yeah, the dental dam panties were made by the same company that does the Splendies that are the cycle panties. And I was like, wow, that's pretty neat. And then I tried a pair because I bought them myself off of their website just to try them out. And they're not half bad. They're not half bad. I had a very, 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 very enthusiastic stripper from New Orleans that tried to find out exactly how much her dental dam panties could go. She was very sweet. She spilt my cocktail in my lap by accident at the strip club. That's one way to get your pants off. And then, yes, it is. And then she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me get you. Oh my God, drink. So sorry. Let me take your pants off." No, she was like, "Let me get you another drink." And then the club shut down. And then, you know, much like when I got kicked out the Home Depot, same deal. I have no good or constructive stories for any of y'all. Oh Lord, I just noticed that I am super slurry now.
Oh my God.
Shut the
2 hours into it and now we drink. You're like, oh, I've been drinking. Oh my God, these things have, how did alcohol end up inside me?
You know what? You know what, sir? Shut up.
It's not a very good podcast if I shut up. Just FYI.
Well, I could do like you did at fucking X-Men and just take over your podcast. It's the Mistress Mia Darque show.
I handle post. Cannot.
You don't. You can still handle post. Hey, you never know. I might be what brings up your algorithm, motherfucker.
I'm sure you will.
I'm delightful. I'm delovely. I'm made by delight. It's like 1997. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to live with.
Groove is in the house?
Yeah. Groove is in the heart. And I'm trying to live long alone and far away when it was like cool to just be, you know, in your skin. Those are the days that I want back. I want the days of like, hey, we used to go somewhere and nobody got shot. I still have.
How many times did you go out and people get shot?
I have a slug in my back, remember?
No.
I have literally a 22 slug in my shoulder. And I have a hole that comes out underneath my left breast from when I was shot when I was 12. Well, and then I went back and set that girl's house on fucking fire and went to fucking prison in the Scare Straight program for a year, damn near a year and a half.
100% you shouldn't have been in the club at 12.
Yes, but also I should not have been 6 foot tall when I was 12. I look like a grown ass motherfucking woman. I did not have a baby face. I had my mother's face. And my mother's face got me into so much trouble, y'all. I can remember going to the casinos in Mississippi when I was 16. And no one ever asked me for an ID. No one ever asked me about my jackpots if I won anything. I had a cell phone. It was by the minute. My ex-boyfriend, the same one I clipped my finger off with, was who got me to the casinos because he was an avid gambler. So, like, yeah, I don't know how many times I got to say this. I was built different. Are you literally doing dishes in the dishwasher?
Apparently he is.
Oh my God, I love my cat publicist. You better love my cat publicist. You don't have to say it, but you better fucking fill it in your heart like Christmas, goddammit.
Oh, some of that shit I have to stop because
he's like literally washing your dishes.
I know.
He's cleaning off your countertops.
That's wild.
Just to let y'all know out there in like Liberty Land, this does not happen at his house. I don't know how many times, 2 times at a bare bones minimum now, we have come over here in this kitchen. Like, y'all have to understand, Matt's place is beautiful. If it was lived in anybody other than Matt.
Damn right. Damn right.
Like, what do you get? You come in through the front door, there's a speed bar. You look into the kitchen, it's wrecked. We stopped long enough to make food, and then we left out of it like a dad going to get a pack of cigarettes and a gallon of milk.
Yep. No.
The floors aren't horrible. He only had to sweep a little bit of stuff up, but they definitely are now whiter now that he's Swiffered them.
Why they gotta be white?
I don't know, because you Caucasian? What the fuck? What you want from me?
I don't control the floor.
Would you prefer that they be, I don't know, Southeast Pacific Asian?
Yes.
Okay, cool. He has Southeast Pacific Asian floors now, ladies and gentlemen, when he had, like, I don't know, Sub-Saharan fucking floors before.
They were not sub-Saharan. Goddamn.
Hey, bro, I'm just saying, Jay's not leaving behind any spots on the floor with his fancy schmancy boots on, so
Good on him.
they were a little Sub-Saharan. At a bare bones minimal, they were a little Middle Eastern.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, plead the fifth. He pleads the fifth because he doesn't understand the rationale of what amount of brown his floors were before my publicist Swiffered them motherfuckers.
No, I just don't want to admit it on the internet. I know better.
Oh my God. The floors were a wee bit dusty. They had a little bit of stuff, but I'm fairly sure by the time we get done with this, your kitchen's going to look like an actual kitchen and you're going to be like, what the fuck? And then I'm going to come back for interview 4 and it's going to be right back where the fuck it was.
Oh, no, it'll be worse. It'll be worse.
Don't make it worse because then I'm going to have to bring like an actual cleaning sub with me.
Then I'm definitely
going
going to make it worse.
And that's going to turn into a whole thing because I will literally bring a boy in here, make him clean your whole fucking apartment while we sit out on the porch, you smoke your cigars like the one I just brought you, and like I have cigarettes and weed the whole time, and we'll be here for like 5 hours after the fucking interview and be like, hey, whatever the fuck your name is, you done in there yet? Oh, don't break nothing unless you have money for it.
My floor will be Nigerian at that point.
I'm gonna choke. I fucking love this place, but I can't believe he gave me this. Like, I just want to know who is drinking this because when I drank this shit, it was so rough. That shit burnt going down.
Damn right it does. Damn right.
Remember, because what I said was like, I could see why there's like a whole war and this motherfucker's riding a goddamn chicken. This shit is rough and rugged. This is some R&R ass shit. Remember R&R when you first started drinking?
Oh, why are you pouring yourself some?
I'm not. I just want to smell it because I remember that it had the plug on it. Yep, that smells like moonshine and no.
I have a jar of real moonshine we could get into.
Bruh, if I bring, you know what? Let me do this show one more time. I'll bring you some real moonshine.
No, that is real moonshine. That's from Kentucky.
Let me see it.
Oh, God damn it.
Now you have to take your heads. Jay, you have to come here and he has to tell you
the
where
mason jar that is under the can, please. That is the one, yes.
I'll tell you if it's real moonshine. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me. I can tell you right now it's not. It's too cloudy.
Oh, no, it's years old.
No, it doesn't make a difference. Real moonshine does not re-solidify. Right now, you can see all the particulate. They can't see it on camera, but you can see all this particulate.
All that shit.
That's the bad mash. Yeah, that don't smell like turpentine. Real moonshine smells like fucking turpentine, like you are about to strip the paint off the side of a fucking barn.
Tastes like it. That's why that jar still exists. Mia's just breaking shit. Oh, Mia's gonna do a shot of it.
I'm not about to do a shot of it, shit. I'm about to do a tasting. Fuck you. I still want to go eat.
Well, we're gonna go eat.
Yeah, that doesn't smell like turpentine. Oh shit, that doesn't.
You gotta pull up the rest of the jar.
Shut up. It doesn't have a lid on it. I was like, I'm going to put things back the way I found.
Had a lid on
Always an avid professional. Fuck you.
When did that start?
When I showed up 30 minutes early, motherfucker, and you were still trying to play Marvel.
Yeah, I wanted to play Rivals. I was not happy about that.
I will bring you some stuff that will literally make your eyeballs feel like they're flipping inside out that might set you blind. Perfect. And I know a blind man who makes it. That's the worst fucking part. He is a blind man that plays the piano for a blues group in Oklahoma, and he makes his own moonshine. And I can tell you right now, he gave me and my husband some outside of the Legion, the VFW Legion.
Oh, shit.
And I smelt it, and I was like, this feels and smells like it could strip the paint off of a barn. And he said, if you toss it on paint, I bet you that paint will come off. And I was like, is this what sets you blind, sir?
And he's like, I played the fifth.
Basically, his wife was out there like, no, he makes a really good batch. His mash always comes out clean. And I was like, why does it sound like we're talking about meth right now?
You might have been.
Yeah, I feel like maybe we might have crossed conversation somewhere along the lines. But she was like, yeah, his mash always comes out clean. And I was like, okay, I'll take a swig, because he had it in a flask. And I don't know exactly what kind of Rough Rider shit I was on, but that wasn't it. I hit that and was like, I regret every bad decision in my entire fucking life. I could feel it. I could smell it. I could see it after it hit my lips. Like, you ever drank something and you automatically get like the inside of your brain, like the big crossbar, skull head? Don't do this. It looks like we're flying the Jolly Roger kind of pick blows in front of your eyes. That's what that was. And as soon as it got into my body and everybody's like, oh, you'll feel the warm when it's going down. No, what I felt like was like I had eaten a jar of diluted serrano peppers with a bunch of citron peppers inside of it. And it burned so bad that it made my nose and my nostrils get big.
Oh no. Oh no.
And my husband was like, are you okay? And I was like, I don't know. We were sitting in our car taking a swig of this homemade set you blind 1926 fucking ass hooch. And I could tell you right now, the smell of it was enough for my brain to be like, red flag, red flag.
This is death. This is how you die.
What's that show that comes on, that used to come on FX? Our Flags Mean Death?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it felt like. Our flags mean death. You took this sip of your own free will, and now you're seeing the Jolly Roger. We're sorry about it. And as I'm, because you know when something really harsh hits the back of your palate, and you're like, my brain is like, I don't know if I should swallow this.
Right. This may be poison.
This may be actual poison. And right now, my body is on fight or flight. Are you cleaning out a rice cooker?
Not the rice cooker.
He has the rice cooker up on the stove, and I think he's cleaning it out.
Oh, shit.
You owe me.
I owe you nothing. I owe him.
And vicariously through him, you owe me.
I don't think that's how that works.
Yes, that's exactly how that works. Oh, things I found out from Jay. I'm his best friend. So, yeah, you owe me. I'm his best friend. He told me when he saw me back in 2018 in New Orleans that he looked at me and said, that's going to be my best friend.
Shit.
And I had to tell him some scary knowledge last night that, like, I will literally murder somebody over you.
Well, not it.
No, none of that. Like, oh, we talking crazy mad cat shit. Like, how you got these pictures of this gun and this bitch with a fucking ski mask on. I'm talking about like literally set somebody's fucking house on fire.
Not it. I like my house.
She was like, not it. I like my house. I've been indoors so long. Don't take me away from my few things that like make me feel settled, Mia.
It felt very stressful. Have to abandon for 5 hours. It really did.
I was just about to say, how did it go with the fires? Did you end up having to evacuate?
Yeah, I did.
Oh man.
Like, ended up being 5 hours, but
I could not. Man, 5 hours is 4 hours and 15 minutes too fucking long for me to stay inside of my skin with something like that. Like, I was so worried about y'all. Like, Jay literally sent me a Marco Polo where out of his kitchen window, he could see the Palisade fires, like licking flames at the top of the sky in between 3 palm trees that were like miles off in the distance. And like, I was so worried about y'all. Like, I know this is going to be like as close as I come to Mama Dom for y'all, but like, I only have like a couple of people that I genuinely call friends and family out here in like SoCal. And Matt is one of them. Jay is absolutely another one of them. A lot of the people from Sanctuary Dungeon, Mistress Cyan included. And like, she got evacuated out in Hollywood.
Oh yeah. So like, for me, there were no fires anywhere nearby. I was doing someone else's podcast and someone texted me like, have you evacuated yet? I'm like, what?
Do what now?
Do what now? Huh?
This is a meat wad moment. Do what now?
I looked at my phone like, oh, I have to
go now. I am the middle of the thing. Like, I know a lot of people might not know her, but Goddess Arroya, she is one of the people that will be hosted at my party in Vegas this weekend. She had to evacuate. And I was like, I could not imagine that feeling of you might literally lose everything that you have ever known, everything inside of your house, everything that you've ever loved. Like, I don't know why I can like correspond it for a fucking tornado. Like, that shit just happens. But like, fire just come over a goddamn hill and we can't stop it. And like,
well, it literally went in like such a short amount of time to like, there's nothing anywhere near us. So like, oh, you have to go now. And I literally packed up everything that is my production gear. I was just like, I packed my car full of my livelihood. I also illegally conceal carried a gun. I'm just like,
fuck y'all. I need this in case of the apocalypse. Fuck y'all. I just bought myself a CZ Escort shotgun, 16 gauge for Christmas. That was my Christmas present to myself this year.
that's such a small gauge.
I don't need it to be big. If I needed a big fucking titties like I have on fucking Resident Evil 5, then I'd have got me a big fucking titties. I need something that's going to take your ass at close range because I want to see you when you go. Because you done came that close to me, I want to watch you when the light goes out of your eyes.
Sure.
I want to see you flying off the back porch like fucking Beatrix Kiddo. That's what I want to see. And be happy if I don't fill this motherfucker up full of rock salt.
That's sadistic.
I'm sadistic.
Fair enough. I rolled dirty with my fucking, my MP40C. I was just like, you know what? My entire livelihood is in this car right now. Like, I'm feeling like
and that's the part that threw me off so much. Like, I understand it. Like, we can have a flash flood warning where I'm at. We can have a tornado warning. But we get a little bit of time. For y'all, that shit was like, oh, there's a fire that just popped up here. Oh, your house is on fire.
Yeah, it literally went from,
there was no in between.
No, it literally went from, oh, nothing's within 10 miles of me to like.
And it's on top of your house.
Yeah.
And just in case you didn't know it was on top of your house, like now you know it's on top of your house.
Went up to the roof and it's like, oh, it's rolling down the hill. Gotta go.
I don't want it to come rolling down the hill. I don't want to be in this particular situation. I have drank a half a fifth of fucking tequila.
I don't know how much whiskey I've drank, so it's perfect.
Because one of your bottles was about to be empty, and now this one, the second one, is about to be empty. What is this?
Larceny.
I didn't even ask. Is it good?
Duh.
Hey, bro, I tasted that last shit you were drinking, and I was like, I was not impressed.
Well, I'm not here to impress you.
Yeah, it does smell good.
Tasty.
Like, I'm a super chemical sensitive
right
kind of person, so like I can smell like
you're like fucking Daredevil with the fucking whiskey.
Shut the fuck up. I do that. It's like I can. Okay, folks, I don't know if everybody knows like how like chemical specificity like goes through some people, but some of us, and apparently if you go by neurodivergency, it's very specific. If one part of your brain doesn't want to light up, other parts will. So things like taste and smell, and I'm a big ass foodie, that kind of shit. So like when I smell like whiskey, and this says that it is straight bourbon whiskey, it's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. So it's small batch, it's 92 proof.
No, it's not bad at all.
Okay, so like now that I've shaken it around inside the bottle, like I'm some connoisseur of booze, like I'm like this. My nose works for booze like it does for weed. If it smells good to me, I want to taste it or I want to try it. If it doesn't, I'll probably leave it on the side of the road. This has like a super like floral kind of smell to it in the back.
Pour yourself
because I already have tequila in here.
Oh no!
Do you have anything inside of your glass right now?
Well,
but he's like, let me finish that for you. Here, let me taste this right quick. And now this is me going across like 3 genres of fucking booze. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Every time you do the show, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna
drink anything. I'm just gonna taste this.
I'm just gonna taste all these other liquors.
Well, maybe if you didn't have the infinity gauntlet of fucking speed bar, we wouldn't have these kind of opportunities. Now,
I will never apologize for that. Never, ever.
Oh, that's really good.
You left some in the cup.
No, I was just tasting it to be like it has a lot of floral notes to it, like at the back of your throat. And I know this is sound like I'm a bougie bitch, but like seriously, I like. Jesus Christ, Jay, you need to come to Oklahoma and wash my house.
Jay. We can't put the rice bowl in there because it will. We can't put that in there
because of it being nonstick.
Yeah.
Okay. But everything else, Jay is, while we're up here having this conversation about whiskey, Jay is like loading up the dishwasher, and I'm trying really hard to hold in my pee because like I used the potty right before we started this.
We're gonna wrap here in a moment.
Okay, because I was like, I got like maybe like 10, 15 minutes left.
You ain't even got that long.
Cool beans.
Let's finish that, and we're actually gonna last call on this motherfucker. Good though, right?
It gives you like a little ethanol-y at the end of it, but like the taste of it is really good.
I mean,
Like
that-
I'm really good on like, I don't really do brown booze like that anymore, but if it has like really good high floral notes, like I like the smell in the back of my throat.
That is in the $20, $20+ price range.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all for like the price point. It's fucking phenomenal.
Larceny. I might have to let my husband try that one out.
Yeah, we're actually last call. We have been doing this over 2 hours already.
Well, I'm good. We're halfway through a 1800 bottle of tequila.
Hell yeah. And with this pastrami,
If it had been clear, he got me reposado. So reposado, like I tend to go through smoke like slower just because like me and anything that has like any kind of tannins inside of it tends to affect my liver to a point that I'm like, death. So I'm like, just like not death. So I have this last shot that I take with all of you to say thank you for letting me come back and bore and or bug the fuck out of you. Thank you, Matt, for letting me come back and do this one more time because
it's not one more time. It's just this current time.
Okay, this current time then.
One more time.
And then we're going to turn this motherfucker up.
We're going for pastramis.
Yeah, and we're going for fucking pastrami and corned beef because I need a quarter pound of corned beef to myself that I don't share with anybody else while I look like a weird night raver.
Perfect.
Eating it in the back of the car.
Oh, no, I think we can actually sit down and order food this time.
Woo, there we go.
Yeah, before we get you out of here, tell them where they can find you on the things.
Now I'm like super fucking drunk and I'm trying to do the thing.
Oh no. It's like it's your first time on the show or something. Oh my God, you've never done the show before. You don't know how this goes.
Shut the fuck up.
Welcome to Mistress Mia Darque's first appearance on the podcast.
You know what? Suck a bag full of baby dicks.
Not my jam.
I am
Not
Mistress Mia Darque. You can find me on justsayred.com. You can find my newest business endeavor with House Dark Events, spelled HOUSEDARQUEEVENTS. I am out here in these streets trying to give you a professional, well-catered version of kink and fetish where everybody can indulge, everybody can have like their say-so, tops, bottoms, middles, in between, switches. I don't care. Bring your hard-earned money. I will give you a show.
Damn right.
And don't forget about DomCon. We'll be having it in June. I will be out here 2 weeks before that, staying with my awesome publicist who is now washing the pots by hand inside of Matt Slayer's kitchen because Matt Slayer's kitchen looks like Matt Slayer's fucking kitchen.
It does.
And it needed a cat to come and make it better because I have the best cat publicist at highoctaneheart.com.
My publicist doesn't even clean up this much.
I'm just saying, like, man, if I told you the other day when I first got here from Oklahoma, what did I make for dinner? I made collard greens from scratch, pork chops.
My invite? Where's my fucking invite?
Hey, baby, if you want food, you need to let me know before I get here because you already know I will put it together. I have literally taken a hotel room and done an entire sushi bar.
Yeah, this is me telling you right now, where the fuck was my invite?
Well, I'm telling you right now, when I come the fuck back out in May, if you want something to eat, you better say something to a fat bitch.
I'm saying something right
PHAT, pretty hot and motherfucking tempting.
I am saying shit right now.
He wants his plate. So this is everybody's proof of
I want to be invited. I want to be invited to the barbecue.
He would like to be invited to the barbecue, so I'm gonna have to bring him out to the barbecue.
I will be the token wife.
I told you what the highlight of my trip to LA has been, me and Jay hanging out the house where I said, I want to go to karaoke and see drag queens. And then by like 7 o'clock, I'm like, I want to take a nap or I just want to stay at home and watch the Tick while we eat food that I made. Because last night I made
Tick or live action Tick.
Live action Tick. The last one that they did back in 2016. It was actually pretty good. It was on Amazon. It is on Amazon.
No, it was pretty good.
And at first I told him, you know what? This fucking's gonna suck because y'all are trying to put like Batman, dark and brooding, with like the comedy of the Tick being like, you know,
Deflator
the
Mouse.
Tick and and they don't have Deflator Mouse. They don't have American Made. And I was super pissed off until they had this dude named The Terror, and it's the fucking it's Riff Raff.
Yep.
From fucking
Rocky Horror.
From Rocky Horror. And I'm like, just to let y'all know, I have a Rocky Horror picture show tattoo on the left side of my ass for my baby girl Janet, and it says "Damn it, Janet," and it's the licking lips.
Perfect.
Cause it's me. Cause I can't. It's either full retard or go home.
Damn right.
And that's what we're doing. So
hell yeah. Yeah, we'll do it again. We're gonna call rap because we want pastrami in this motherfucker.
Yes, I am getting hungry.
I definitely.
And I think I've eaten my last little piece of like Meyer lemon. There's a lot less tequila in this bottle. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for letting me be on the show. And thank you, Matt, for having me back on the show.
Always my pleasure.
Woo!
Thank you for coming back. Until next week, drink up, motherfuckers.